Fantasy. Thinking about our current chronology and how these episodes will be released. Hannah is being transferred from Nottingham to Rottingham,
Li- Okay,
and it
listen.
in the forever long Robin Hood saga. For Halloween, the holiest day of the year in the gay calendar, they have released her to a special Halloween tourist
No,
destination.
no, I escaped all on my own,
You
not with the
escaped.
help with Taron Egerton's Robin Hood. Thank you very much. But it's taken me so long because I am famously bad at navigating the woods. So
Mm.
I've been wandering for a long time. But I am back for this episode. But once we return back to Nottingham, it will be mysterious. I will be still in the woods.
Still in
So
the woods.
we're post that. I'm out of the woods. No,
You're
no
as
longer
Taylor.
into the woods.
No longer into the woods, Stephen Sondheim. You're out of the woods,
With
Taylor
Taylor
Swift,
Swift. Yes,
and you're in Zombie Town in Seabrook.
absolutely. So wait, okay. I mean, are we just going to jump in because now I'm confused? Is it part of Seabrook or is it sort of like it's like
I
a
think
ghetto
it's a ghetto
outside of.
inside Seabrook.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well,
We're
happy
talking about
Halloween.
race.
We're talking about race. Happy Halloween. We're talking about the scariest thing of all, racism. Uh, I get three words: racism, Disney Channel. An exciting time. But Hannah, so happy to have you back.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm different now. I have a septum piercing. I don't think I had this
You
last
got it
time I
in
recorded.
Nottingham jail.
I got it.
One of the little bunnies.
One of the bunnies gave it to me. Yeah, it was like a hardcore bunny.
Yeah.
Gave me the septum piercing. It was awesome. I just needed something to toughen me up while I was out in the woods so that, the monsters didn't mess with me.
Yeah.
But Robin
Uh,
Hood's not really that kind of story. So I don't know. Listen, the woods, it's a
it's where
magical place.
everything intersects. Again,
Exactly.
into the woods, Stephen Sondheim.
Exactly. Exactly. I ran into the prince. Thank God it wasn't the Army Hammer version.
Oh, yeah. And goodbye to
It
your
it
face.
was
Yeah.
it was what's his name
Chris
from
Pine.
no, no. Um
Uh,
Scottish man that we love.
oh, in
The
Snow White and the
Cinderella.
Huntsman. Oh, in
No,
Cinderella is
it's
Richard
the
Madden. That's the prince you want to meet in the woods in those tights.
Scottish man we love from Snow White and the Huntsman.
Wasn't there a
Who?
Scottish guy who
I
was her
think it
love
was Chris
interest?
Hemsworth pretending to be
No,
something
but there
other than
was
Australian.
there was another guy
There
who was like the
was? I
prince.
already forgot.
Yeah, well, that speaks to that movie. Yeah, okay, you ran into it. You didn't run into Richard Madden yet, or you did,
I did.
and he was in the tights.
Oh, no, not for long.
Not for ah!
I think we need to address like the big green elephant in the room, though.
Oh, that I'm appropriating zombie culture.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it. Your words, not mine.
Right, culture, their culture's not a costume. I just wanted to show support, in a misguided attempt to show support. I dyed most of my honey gold locks, green from a $3 can, which is prep because at work we're going to be the K-pop Demon Hunters and Sasha Boys.
Love
So
it.
I'll be dyeing my hair again.
What color?
Bright
Pink.
pink. Yeah,
Okay, which Sasha Boy are you going to be?
I'm gonna be Abby.
Oh my God, I have something to show you. Okay, so
Yeah.
oh my God.
You
Yeah.
just show your abs.
Okay, well, oh, fuck, Cullen. I literally haven't seen you since I became obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunters, and we literally, even as friends, haven't even talked about it.
We
What's wrong with
haven't.
us?
Well,
We
keep
will have to
watching
do it.
it.
We will have to do an episode on it, obviously. But
Thankfully, even though it is Netflix animation, it's primarily done by Sony.
Sony, yep.
So I did not really work on it.
No.
at all. So I feel comfortable talking about it.
Great. Okay.
Uh,
Well,
but
we're
if
not
it,
going to dive into it today.
yeah, but you can watch Twits because I'm one of the names in the credits of that.
Oh, love.
So that's my third movie I've been in the credits of, I think.
That's awesome. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I have some things to show you. I should have gathered these before, but I completely forgot. So let me quickly gather those.
I'm just gonna talk while Hannah gathers because I ran a 10K today. So my schedule today was 10K this. I was Superman again because it's an easy running costume. My time was pretty good. I did it in 50 minutes, so I was doing like 8-minute miles. Um,
That's really good.
Thank you. I got if I pull up my stats,
It's
um,
you.
it's me.
Look, it's you. Look.
Oh my gosh, Abby. Oh my gosh.
So the thing I wanted to share is that I decided that I wanted to support this piece of original media so hard. So, because I want people to know, or the people who are in charge of making stuff, that we
Yes.
support original content, we support original IP, we support interesting concepts. And I bought the CD
Oh my gosh.
and that came with this. And then I also got um this was so nostalgic opening a CD. I haven't bought a CD in years, and
Yeah,
opening it for the first time after I finally got the lip of the plastic off and like opening the jacket, I suddenly transported back to being like 9.
I love
So
that.
that was honestly really emotional. I've been having a very emotional summer anyhow. And then also, I did purchase it on vinyl. No, I do not have a record player anymore, but I will
Wow.
be getting one. Um, this
The
also
movie's
came
doing
with a
so
poster.
well.
It
Please keep
should
supporting it. That helps keep me employed.
employed. And I saw it in theaters, the first sing along version. I'm probably going to go
Oh my
next
gosh.
weekend to go see it again because seeing it in theaters with all these like little girls like dressed up as the character is the best way to see the movie. I mean, it just is. Like this
What's your
movie has been
favorite
so powerful.
song?
Listen. Let's see.
Is it
Okay,
your
so
idol?
I am a Your Idol stan.
Yeah,
Listen, I love Soda Pop, but Your Idol is just really good and so clever. Also, the songs
yeah,
are also so clever. I can't
yeah.
I'm not over it. But yeah, no, Your Idol, like, listen, the animators did not need to make those demons so fucking sexy, but they did. Thank you for your
And
service.
that's, yeah, I was like, and that's for the community.
And that's for the community. That's for everyone involved. So I showed it to my mom. My mom even liked it.
Wow.
And I knew she would because I'm like, listen, there's nothing to not like about this movie. Like
Yeah.
it's it's honestly a near perfect movie. There's no such thing as a perfect movie, but it is as close as you can get. Like it's wonderful. So yeah, we support original IP on this podcast, even though
Yeah.
that's not really our thing. Original IP. That
Well,
was a good
we do a
joke.
lot of adaptation.
Thank
We
you.
we do a lot of adaptation in fantasy, but adaptation is different, I feel like, than like a
Then
reboot.
rebooting IP over and over and
Yes.
over and over and over again. Yeah,
Like whenever I
absolutely.
hear someone call Cinderella IP, I think I lose 5 minutes off my
Yeah.
life. Because I'm like, it's not IP.
Hmm.
The Disney,
Disney
yes, the Disney
version, that's
Cinderella,
IP.
Cinderella 3 is part of that Disney Cinderella IP. But like
Hmm. Hmm.
when Camila Cabello unfortunately does Cinderella, that's not the same IP.
No.
It's the same story.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
IP.
Yes.
Not owned by any one person or
Yeah. She belongs
company.
to humanity.
Camila Cabello.
Well, she's one of us, but Cinderella, yeah. Cinderella
Quismas.
belongs to. So I today I'm drinking tea out of my spooky mug, and I also have a Celsius mug because again, I got up early to run a 10K.
Yeah, that's intense. I did not go to the gym because this morning I was kind of sick.
Mm.
'Tis the season,
I know.
allergies.
I'm recovering from something.
That sounded really ominous, but I get it. Yeah.
I'm a zombie infection.
Exactly.
So
That's your Z
okay.
band? Do you have an
My
Apple Watch?
I don't have a Z band. I don't have an Apple
Oh,
Watch.
I should have worn one. Yeah.
The thing about an Apple
But
Watch,
I would be a werewolf, let's be real.
I
If
could
I
see
could have
that.
the white streak in my hair, I would.
Yeah. Thing about Apple Watches, tangent before we even start, tangent number five. The thing about Apple Watches is like my phone is already so omnipresent in my life, right?
Yeah.
Like you can reach me so easily, and we have such immediate expectations of people that now I can't even put it in my pocket and not look at it. Now it's
Hmm.
on my hand, you
See, I
know.
only use my Apple Watch. It's not connected to cell service anymore, so I have to be on
Smart, smart, smart.
Wi-Fi and eat to ever get any like messages come through. It really is. I just wear it to the gym to track my activity
Heart
and
rate.
like yeah, and I could actually do that on my phone, but it
Hmm.
that's the only time I wear it and I'm fine with that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, this is not my fantasy
Yeah, oh my
podcast.
gosh. We may have to reorder this whole convo and editing.
No,
Sorry. Welcome to Not My Fantasy Podcast, the show where we talk about fantasy films and the lore behind them. Hannah is back.
it's me. I'm back. I'm different.
And I'm Cullen. And I am either recovering from a zombie bite or appropriating zombie culture, up to you to decide.
Their culture's
Uh
not a costume.
I
Zed did not
know.
die and come back to life for this.
How many
Or, okay, or was he
is Zed
born? I have
dead?
questions,
He's not, but
but they
I feel like
also
he
produce children.
yeah.
So I don't
I think
know.
he's a species. He's born zombie.
Right. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think he was a human child who died. But if you want to see Milo Manheim play human child who died, he's in the show School Spirits.
Okay, great.
Yeah, but so I threatened Hannah with talking about this series,
Uh-huh.
basically since we began.
Because and it was paired with Descendants, and after Descendants, I went, no, no,
No,
no.
but
But can we just quickly let's just start with your subtitle. Okay, you say Disney Zombies, Disney's best race allegory. That implies there are multiple.
yes.
That's insane.
Well, this is bold because I was like, wait, am I out here saying this is a better race allegory than Zootopia?
Oh, that is technically Disney. That's right.
Yeah. And I'm
Interesting,
like,
interesting.
Can I stand by that? I will stand by that, I think. I think I will. No
Listen, it's been
shade
a
to
long time.
Zootopia.
It's been a long time
Yeah.
since I've seen Zootopia.
But
I just watched the fourth of this series today. So,
Zootopia has some of the same issues with the central metaphor, which most
yes,
metaphors have.
which we will talk
Um,
about. Yeah, and
it
that's a good
is
point. I love that you mentioned that that's an issue with a lot of metaphors and allegories.
yes. Is it
They're
better
never perfect.
that well, this isn't Disney. Oh well, okay. It's better that like if you think of like a Bright with Will Smith,
Didn't
this
see
race
it,
allegory makes more sense.
but
We'll
yeah,
probably have to watch it at some
we
point.
will.
Um,
Race Allegory Month.
uh, and then if you've seen Descendants, which you could argue is more of a class allegory,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
maybe from an American POV, I feel like just race and class are so intertwined. And we talked about like aesthetics so much in ours and
yes,
the racial aspect to those aesthetics,
yes.
which this plays with, but not to the same level.
No, and
Uh,
I would argue that some of the things that I noticed in the first movie do not carry through the rest of the series.
Yeah, and I would say
Specifically with
this,
like hair,
yeah,
which
and
is
what,
for the best.
and I think my thing with Descendants, and we'll talk about it, is, I mean, they're fun, but they're to me, there's plenty of hours you can hear me saying how the franchise equates like good and evil to aesthetics,
Hmm,
and I think Zombies does not fall into that because the metaphor, while still deeply flawed, is a little less muddled. Because whereas Descendants is pulling from what began as, okay, this is sort of a sequel, AU to every Disney animated movie ever, just regardless of setting, context, characters. This Zombies is its own universe, right? And so the world of Auradon is allegedly connected to these movies, and then it kind of reboots in the fourth movie to be like, no, this has been a high school AU the entire time.
right.
We were watching sequels to a high school AU of the Disney movies, and you're like, well, I'm so lost at where we are. And I know the answer is supposed to be you're not thinking about it, but I'm like, if they had thought about it a little more, we could do the same story. That and just as an allegory. People aren't poor because their ancestors tried to like poison a teenager or take over Agrabah. You know,
Hmm.
that's
Or
they're
turn puppies into fur coats.
yeah, they're referring to like literal narrative events,
Child murder.
child
Child
murder,
attempted murder.
child abuse,
Child
all
abuse.
these,
You know.
and that just doesn't. There's just so many. That metaphor is like, if you think about it for more than 2 seconds, it's just this nightmare. And this, because it doesn't come with any baggage and isn't really even about concepts like good and evil,
No.
it's about, well, let me finish my thought before I had a great segue, but zombies is its own original thing, so they can set all the rules. It's about others, othering, people being othered. You
Hmm.
know who loved othering people?
Everyone in the 1950s.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Thank you for being on the same wavelength. So that quick evolution of horror, in the 30s, you get a lot of Draculas and Frankensteins, like kind of fairy tale-esque settings, European villages and stuff. In the 50s, horror is no longer this classic horror. It's set in modern suburbia. It's mainly for teenagers. As people want to watch double features, the family's not there. They're goofing off, they're making out.
The invention of
Um,
the teenager.
The teenager was recently invented. So no longer these classic stories. It's about monsters who are a threat to their white heteronormative communities. Like you have these suburban communities and you have an outsider monster threat. They often pull a lot from the dangers of unchecked science. There's a lot of science fiction going on instead of fantasy. Not my science fiction. It is, you get aliens, you get giant
Spin-off.
tarantulas, you get people who have been meddled with scientifically. And you also have the anxieties of nuclear war, Cold War, the fear of others. You have, McCarthyism, the Lavender Scare. That's happening. And they're also putting in like glowing skeletons in theaters. So there's a practical effect in the theater while you're watching a movie. You know, very different time. But yeah, pulp horror is like very much the name of the game in the 50s, which this franchise is playing with. It's playing with that aesthetic and genre, I think a lot more intentionally
Oh
than
yeah.
Descendants does with aesthetic. Um, and monsters historically, they're a way to deal with anxiety about outsiders in both sympathetic and unsympathetic ways. What scares us? What threatens us? That's why historically, like so many European monsters, have so many connections to marginalized groups like Jewish communities and Romani communities because they were othered and feared. And so they're like, let's give the witches and vampires things that are like those other people, right? And then the Nazis can be like, wow, check, easy for me, so don't be a Nazi. Sorry. Sorry to not
Controversial take.
controversial, apparently controversial take, but I saw the Sound of Music as a kid. And I learned that Nazis are bad. And I'm just saying, if you're a Nazi listening to this podcast, how about you stop being a Nazi right now? Thank you. Some examples of monsters as other. We have our vampires, as I mentioned, coded with traits of Jewish, Romani people, foreigners like Eastern Europeans from exotic places like Transylvania, gays, polygamists, other sexual deviants. They're coming to the shores, they're invading England. That's Dracula. A book that is very long, and I listen to parts of the audiobook every Halloween, and maybe one year I'll finish. We got Frankenstein.
Classic.
Unfettered science. This creature is a crime against the right code. I meant God. Oh my gosh, AI is taking over. This creature is suffering because he's an outsider. He's a shambling corpse. Tragedy ensues. Psycho, classic horror film, an unhinged man with a dominating mother. He murders women. He murders women. So fear of homosexuality, the transgender community. Shout out to a certain evil author. You have Night of the Living Dead, right? Zombies are this mindless horde of others that are among us, but anyone can become a zombie. They're consuming all life. Racial anxieties are at the forefront of that movie, intentionally and unintentionally. We talked about that one on the pod last Halloween
We did. And we also talked about Frankenstein last Valentine's Day.
with Lisa
Speaking
Frankenstein.
of Frankenstein and Valentine's Day, I think The Bride comes out, I want to say in March though.
Oh,
So we're gonna have to watch that. It's Bride of Frankenstein and Maggie
ooh,
Gyllenhaal directing. I'm so excited. I can't wait. So perhaps next year that will be on the pod.
mayhaps.
Oh, Shape of Water.
Some other movies we've covered about other monsters: Shape of Water, Entrapped Monsters, and Monster in 1950s America. That whole movie is exploring otherness and freedom in the Cold War environment. So she's othered for being deaf, her friends othered for being gay, her other friends othered for being black. This is a time where this awful man who treats his wife terribly is seen as like normal and heroic. Beauty and the Beast, classic French fairy tale reimagined in classic French fairy tale land, but during the AIDS crisis in America, written by one of the lyricists and producers who was dying from AIDS. And it's about a tragic monster who can find redemption and love, despite being a curse and othered from society. But a closed-minded community driven by a fear-mongering bully who wants to control women, tries to murder him. And a girl is othered for being conventionally attractive in every way, but being slightly intelligent. So, quick recap on the pod. Last Halloween, we did a zombies deep dive. We talked about zombies quite a bit on this
Oh
podcast.
yeah.
They come from Haitian lore about the dehumanization of slavery, a curse that could keep you enslaved even after death. Slavery can make you feel dead inside, your body a possession. So, big part of Haitian voodoo, but like a bad part that they're like the good practitioners are like, you don't mess with that. The evil priests and warlocks would enslave the body even after death. So a form of eternal slavery. Now let's talk about zombies, the Disney Channel movie. So I'm just trying like, so that's the genre of horror and monsters as other. And then Disney Channel was like, we could do that. We got that. That's in our bag. Shout out to In My Bag, a song by Zombies star McDonnelly. So, Zombies is an American musical premiered on Disney Channel February 16th, 2018 for Supernatural Romance Month on Disney Channel. Uh, it's based on the unaired pilot Zombies and Cheerleaders by David Light and Joseph Rosso, who wrote all these movies.
So it was originally meant to be a series. And so
Yes.
these two guys, they wrote all of the four movie, or at least the first three movies.
Yes, they
Oh,
wrote the fourth.
I thought they just got credited with characters. Okay.
Yeah, there is a character's credit, but there's also a different writer on they wrote the fourth one, but there's a third writer as well.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I just feel like it's a slightly different voice. It stars Milo Manheim and Meg Donnelly.
Not pictured here.
Milo is the son of Delia from Ghost Whisperers. I'm sure she has a real human name. Respect to that name that I forgot to look up. Um, and Meg Donnelly,
We're so back, baby.
we're so back. Meg Donnelly was on American Housewife. She had recorded one season of that by the time Zombies was happening, where she was the teenage daughter. She was 16 during filming,
Oh,
and I believe
wow.
Milo was about the same age. So they were 18 when the first film came out.
Wow.
So they're pretty young, and you can tell they actually do look like real human teenagers.
Hmm.
It was directed by Paul Hohen, and the first one was choreoed by the choreographer who choreographed Wicked.
Wow.
So good for him. So we're gonna talk about Zombies 1, this pilot turned movie. We're not gonna do a full like plot beat by beat recap of all these movies because that would take a
Take
bajillion
forever.
years like it did for Descendants. And also like with Descendants, each sentence unleashed new horrors of lore upon us.
Yes.
Um, and this is a little more wow. Well, this is a little more lore consistent. Uh,
Dare we
and
say.
right, like the settings is a lot simpler, and it's mainly about character wants and arcs, as storytelling you
And the
want to do.
baggage that it has is so small. Like it's literally what you've just described. It's like the zombie lore that we already know. It's
Yeah,
the lore of the lore, but like the history of like the 50s, that aesthetic, the sci-fi horror films. That's really the only baggage it's coming with. And
yeah.
it makes it so much easier to watch the movie instead of being like, what do you mean you pick Cruella de Vil's son as one of the main characters? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
Hmm. Yeah. Uh, so so Seabrook is this town, just like town where everything's perfect. But then one day there's a lime soda accident in the factory. Zombies are created. They eat brains. They're walled off. They built a wall.
build that wall,
This
call
movie
it
came
Zombie
out
Town.
in 2016, so this is entirely
Were
built in a
filmed in
world.
2016, but it
So
was
the
filmed by 2016,
16,
2017. So
yeah.
just
So
after he
this,
became president.
yeah, this entire
He who shall not
movie
be named.
is, I was gonna name it, is from a world afflicted by President Trump and his ideologies, and the horrors unleashed therein, and in many ways could be seen as a response to that, and maybe a way. I don't know if the pilot was intended to play with these themes the way the movie does, but the
God has
movies
a
really do.
hilarious sense of humor. That's what it is.
Yeah, God is a DJ. And yeah, so Seabrook, that happens. They will build a wall, and then they invent the Z band, which allows the zombies to not eat brains and to just have their own minds and eventually become like a species, a race with their own language,
Hmm.
with the ability to procreate and create children in a way that, unless that's what happened to Zed and Zoe's mom, like in Twilight, whatever crazy shit was happening with that evil baby. I think
Wait,
this
we haven't gotten
is,
there yet.
yeah,
February.
I think this is, I think they just procreate normally. They have a normal baby. They just
Yeah.
eat, they need a brain-like substance. They crave it. But it can be cauliflower.
As I say, it's more just a craving. But because, right, like
Yeah.
meat for us is just a craving, but people who are vegans, they're not a separate species.
No.
We didn't
I
build a
mean,
wall to kick them out.
yeah, the only time I crave meat is when I'm in a Raising Cane's. I still don't have it because I'm pescatarian. Fuck the fish. So we meet Zed. He is a little zombie boy. He's a freshman.
Not Lil,
He's
he's tall. He's a
he's a
tall
tall
guy.
boy. He's a tall guy. Um, he very excited to be integrated into human school because it's the first day the town council has made the mayor integrate. He wants to play football. He wants zombies to have rights. He wants rights.
And let's be really clear, all of these wants and desires from this character and all of them are all very subtle. It's all very like just you really gotta really read between the lines. It's not fourth wall break after fourth wall break, them singing
Mhm.
songs and telling us exactly to our faces what we think. Oh, it is? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, it is. But you know
He
what? I'm fine with it.
Yeah, he speaks to the camera and it's a musical. So we know exactly what they want. Yeah, I was gonna say this is not a subtle series at all. It is Disney Channel, but honestly, I think that's what America's media comprehension level is at right now.
Yeah.
And I think unless the character is like, I want to do this thing, people are not. He could hold the football and go like, and people would be like, what does that mean? So he's like, I want to play football.
Yeah.
He said, be careful, those humans can be mean, but I still going out for the football team. Yeah. Uh
Snaps.
that's they also have a curfew, are limiting their job opportunities, and have to wear government assigned clothing.
Yikes.
Yikes,
Where have we heard that
yikes.
before? History?
I was gonna say this current administration, is that in Project 2025? Yeah, Zed, he just wants to be a normal team guy. He wants to play football and have rights. And on the other side of the tracks, in Seabrook, where everything is pastel, light, pink and blue, um, we get Addison. She's I'm pretty sure her dad's the police chief. I think that's
Yes.
implied. And her mom's the mayor. So she's as close to a princess as this society can have.
Yeah.
Um, she is a cheerleader. She wants to be a cheerleader. She's a freshman. She's going out for the cheer team. It's in her family. Problem is, she has a weird white hair. She has a terrible wig underneath her main wig, and she can't take it off.
And both are terrible.
Well, they're
I
terrible.
would I would say arguably the blonde main wig is worse than the white one in the first movie.
And shout out to Wigs. Shout out to Katy Perry on American Idol saying wig.
Wig. I actually
Uh,
have that written down. That's line 7. Wig.
wig. Uh, blonde, you like anything that's not perfect and normal is considered evil in their society, mockable. So her family's like, you gotta wear this wig. Dad says it can't go wrong. As long as I keep this on, yo. Um,
I was gonna quote Frozen, but yeah.
yeah, conceal don't feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she has
Conceal
to
that
can
wig.
feel that wig on top of the wig on top of the wig. She can't let anyone know that she's got fucked up hair, especially her Confederate cousin, Bucky. He
Whose name
is,
is Buchanan, right? Or his last name is Buchanan?
oh, is
Something like
that,
that.
I did not look up his last name.
I think I heard it in one of the movies and I went, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's her cousin. Their grandfather was bit by a zombie, allegedly. Bucky is the best Confederate character I've seen in anything. He's not canonically a Confederate, but like I see him and I'm like, that's a Confederate man. That's someone wearing salmon shorts to the frat house. He was in Charlottesville. Yeah, so
Where
his
was
whole
he on January 6th? I ask you.
ask you. He he's a cheer captain. He loves to cheer. Cheer is a big thing here because the football team doesn't win, and it's not shameful for men to do cheer.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like that, like that's like that happens in real life. That's not in Seabrook. It's very prestigious. He does not like zombies. He thinks they're weird and freaks. He does not want integration. He wants them to be hated and othered. And he will say that pretty explicitly. He does not want Addison talking to
He
them.
commits hate crimes
He
and he
commits hate
encourages others
crimes.
to do so.
Addison, as his family member and a white girl, is his property.
Yep. Hmm.
And so there's a sexual threat from a budding romance with that Zed, and just making him be her cousin is brilliant in that way because it makes it so explicit that it's not a brotherly thing. It's not because he's a romantic rival. It's like the ownership of women as part of specifically black white, but in a lot of race relations.
Hmm.
Um, and so you're like, wow, are you reading it in too deep? No, that's basically what this movie,
No,
that's like a
because
central part of this movie.
right, like this girl going over to the other side is a threat to his whiteness, to
Mm-hmm.
his humanness.
Yeah.
He maintains his humanity through the procreating sex to
Hmm.
maintain purity. So yeah,
Yeah.
it hits the nail on the head so hard and I'm here for it, honestly. I think you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Our comprehension is garbage.
Yeah. And so he's like goofy and effeminate and like he's a cheerleader. He's obviously egotistical.
He's famous.
He's famous. He
He's on all the
gets,
billboards. I have to quickly say, as the actor, that would be both mortifying and also kind of funny to see your
yeah.
face on a billboard like that. Like, what am I doing? This isn't
Yeah.
incredible. So,
He's easily scared. He's just like he's a Disney Channel villain, right? He's in the Ashley Tisdale mold, but
yeah,
like
yeah,
so
he came right out of the Sharpay mold.
I mean, they pressed out Audrey and then they pressed out Bucky.
Yep.
Now I love that it's a boy
Yeah.
because the mean girl evil cheerleader is like so done.
Yeah.
And so making it be a boy again can also pull in all those messages and allows him to not really be sympathetic at all. He's given like maybe a flash of sympathy, but no, like we are not meant to feel for him because he doesn't feel for others.
Yeah.
Um, then we get the realest bitch in town, Eliza, Zed's best friend, classic Disney Channel character who's a computer hacker. She can do anything on a computer.
Yep.
She's I was gonna say social justice warrior, but I'm gonna say more of a Black Power activist.
Yeah.
Parentheses complimentary because she's like will never be accepted. Zombies need to rise up, fight the good fight, stand for what's right. We get the worst jobs in a curfew at night.
Hmm.
She's like, we're oppressed. We need to rise up. We need to fight systematic oppression. And she's right, and she's real for that.
And she should say it.
And she should say it. And we'll talk about her role in the climax of the movie. And some frustrations I have with this because this is still a Disney property. So this is coming from our
Absolutely.
magical capitalist overlords, from the Catholic Church of Companies, Disney. Um, so, it is there's some stuff there, but she is very sympathetic. There's a couple times where they're kind of like, oh my gosh, Eliza, SJW. But really, that's not how they like generally her ideas are treated with the narrative with respect. And
Yeah.
that they're coming from a smart place. She's the smart character, you know. And it's not like mockable, like a certain author when a certain character was trying to defend enslaved elfin creatures. Um,
Uh-huh. Yep.
let's meet some more characters. We have their 35-year-old friend Bonzo.
He is absolutely too old to be in this film, and I love it.
And he
He
only
is
speaks
Unk.
zombie. He's Unk. I taught Hannah that recently.
You did not. I've
I've
seen that on the internet,
been on
and
God's internet. I've
I've
been on Zed's internet.
I've been on Bonzo's internet, girl.
So Bonzo he's 35. I don't know. But I mean he could be held back because zombies apparently were being homeschooled in basements before this or attending segregated underground schools. You
Yeah.
know, he wants to learn music. He's a talented artist. He speaks zombie. He can rap in zombie.
He speaks zombie, but he understands human.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it human. I don't want to call it English. He understands
Yeah.
human, but he only speaks zombie, which I'm like,
Yes.
yeah,
Smarter than me. We also meet her parents. I couldn't find a good picture with both of them, and they don't
boo.
deserve it.
Yeah.
Her dad's a
That's
police
a wig
chief.
too.
That's a wig.
Spoilers.
Her mom's the mayor. In this one, they're just kind of your classic overbearing suburban parents who maybe support the fascist, maybe explicitly support the fascist segregation of the town. Zed has a
And
dad.
aid and abet it and
Yes,
order
they're
it.
actively creating it.
Yeah.
Zed has a dad, chill working class dad. He's cool. He's just a little stressed by Zed's first day of school. And then his daughter Zoe, Zed's younger sister, she wants to be a cheerleader, secret, and she wants a puppy. And zombies aren't allowed
To
to
have
have
pets.
pets because they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
They're from Springfield, Ohio.
There's this is
That
genius.
Springfield?
Mwah, genius show.
Yeah.
He or she, yeah, so she has a pet puppy that she pretends, and Zed in a slightly uncomfortable bit will pretend to be a dog for her.
Slightly. Listen, he's a big brother trying to do his best,
Yeah,
you know.
I get
I get it, but
it's uncomfortable for me as a human to watch, but like it
yeah,
very sweet in their relationship.
absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Let's
Yeah,
talk about
she's
my favorite character, Bree.
Brie. Favorite thing about Brie is if you watch the movie with subtitles, she loves dishes, but she hates soap. Or she hates doing dishes, but she loves soap. I think it's that one. So I'm very certain they're like, just talk, because she's like the chatty
Yeah,
black best friend. Like there's
yeah,
that trope. She's the black best friend.
yeah.
Um, but she's like, I hate doing dishes, but I love soap. And I love that. Hilarious. She wants to be a flyer. She's bubbly. She wants to be a flyer. I don't know if that dream is ever achieved in this franchise. And yeah, she's just a sweet, fun girl.
Yep, she exists. And that's why I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, that's
Yeah.
Bree.
That's free. She's a black best friend. And have you heard of the phrase on Zed's internet, white boy of the month, Hannah?
Of course I have.
I'm gonna say that Addison through this whole franchise remains my white girl of the month every month.
Love
She
it.
is the
Okay.
most white girl to ever be a white girl.
Yeah.
And everything she does is so white girl coded, both complimentary and derogatory. And everyone's giving white men, including oh my gosh, me, one of them, a month.
Ew.
But Addison, we're the white girl months. Shout out
Books
to Addison.
booked your in your calendar.
Booked in my calendar, booked in my work Google calendar. What is a zombie? They eat brains. They have a brain craving. They got green hair. A Z will be in their name.
It's like emphasized. Because I mean,
Yeah.
Zed, his name is literally just the letter Z in Canadian and,
Zed
British.
Necrodopolis. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the last name.
Yeah. Brilliant.
It assumes he's Greek.
Yes, he's Greek.
Dead and Greek.
Born dead in Greek.
Yeah.
Like Eliza, Bonzo, Z name, they're pale. They're scared of fire, kind of like a Frankenstein, I
Only in this
guess.
movie, though. The first
Uh
one. They forget.
they Yeah, I forget that. They have a language. They can be vegan, and they can eventually control their zombiness. And part of me now had seen the first three movies once before we started prepping for this video. I At one point I was like, do they outgrow the need for Z-bands?
They kind
Uh
of mention that sometime where like Eliza's like, eventually we'll like evolve past that. Or she actually
yeah.
thinks that they already have.
Yeah.
And spoiler, it kind of seems like perhaps they did, at least by movie four, if not
Yeah.
before that. They just didn't want to test it, which like I get,
I get,
know.
yeah. We also have the ACs, Lacey, Macy, and Tracy, the classic three mean cheerleaders. We have the principal who sucks.
Yeah.
We have the coach
Who's
who
awesome.
who's awesome. He lives in his mom's basement and he wants to. Oh my gosh, I just realized I have this little Cruella de Vil toy on my desk.
Oh my God. I think at some point when we meet the coach, or maybe the coach says something, I just wrote, "Oh my God, I'm the football coach." I don't know what it was, but I feel him.
Yeah, he's struggling. He's been through ups and downs, a divorce. He's
Maybe
living
that's
in a
what it is.
basement. But he's trying to win. The football team never wins. And just shout out to the mascot. They're in every movie.
The Mighty
Just
Shrimp.
the Mighty
Mighty
Shrimp.
Shrimp.
I love that joke.
It's great.
So we're going to talk about Zed's storyline because, well, Descendants, that's Mal's show. High School Musical is Troy's. Camp Rock is Demi Lovato. What is her name? I do not know her name in
Not
that movie.
Sunny. Uh, it'll come to me.
This Is Me. This is,
It's something very silly. It's like a name, but not a real name.
but I would argue this one is actually pretty hard to like. It's very good at being a dual protagonist friend movie.
The movie, yes, this
Yes,
movie is.
compared to every other one we've talked about, or not every one I just listed. We don't only really talk about Descendants, but like compared to Descendants, which had like four leads allegedly, and compared to all
Hmm.
these other ones, this is like a dual lead project. I would argue maybe Zed is our main character, but you could convince me as Addison, depending on the movie.
Who has the strongest desire?
Zed,
Yeah. So I
yeah,
think, I mean, and also through the rest of the movies are about racial justice.
yeah,
And Addison is like, she's the white person that helps with that.
yeah,
So it's Ed. But they do a good balance, at least for the first two movies, maybe the first three movies.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say, elephant in the room. Of course, yet another Disney race allegory musical trilogy with a reboot, where the lead couple is white. Both characters are white. And so let's just acknowledge that. I
Yeah.
feel like I could very much see Disney being like, okay, well, if we're gonna talk about this topic, we have to like hide it enough from conservative parents, or like hide it enough so people don't flag it as being woke, or like
Or they because they won't watch it anyway. Like they're not going to watch this with their kids because they don't do that. And if they did do that, um,
yeah, they'd
you
see
know,
it, but just
yeah,
put two white people on the
on the
front.
poster and they're going to
Yeah,
be like, "Okay, great." Because the movie is very woke. Like
yeah,
it's literally talking about wokeness, not derogatory, complimentary.
yeah,
Like the actual like activism. It's literally activism. Uh,
yeah.
so yeah,
Through a very relatable to teenagers lens. And
absolutely.
very relatable. I think it's
I had
framed
an
in,
ep- I had an epiphany last night about this franchise.
yeah,
I was like, these movies are crazy. They're so on the nose. They're crazy. Every decision is befuddling to me. And they're all very overwhelming. But then I'm like, because they're hitting like so many points in each one where it's like we're talking about like racism, classism. We also have like issues of like being a teenager trying to fit in. Like, and I'm like, I guess that I forget what it is to feel like being a teenager, where like everything feels so overwhelming. Then I'm like, okay, this is not for me. Like, this is very
Yeah.
indicative of kids and teenagers. And I'm like, okay, this is actually kind of brilliant. So I have to remember it from that lens. And that was the epiphany I had, that I was like, yeah, no, it is hard being a teenager. And it's gotten even harder as the world has
Yeah.
become more dangerous
Fast
and
paced,
complicated.
complicated. Yeah.
Fast pace is a great way to put it. Because I'm thinking about like
Yeah.
all the plot points that happen in these fucking movies. Fucking Xenon, that would never happen in those movies. Are you kidding me? Like that's too
No.
many plot points.
Yeah. These movies churn through plot. It's like a season of television per movie.
Yes.
And yeah, and it's like they tackle all these topics in a way that's very relatable to teenagers and
Mhm.
framing it in like what they understand and relatable to also like white teenagers who,
Yeah.
and I say teenagers, this is also for kids. Like this is probably more for kids than it is like late teens. Um,
Yes.
they
Well,
may be
yeah.
watching it with their younger siblings or not admitting that they're watching it while it's on in
And
the
loving it.
background. Yeah. But like it is, yeah, it's very like it's framing in a way where it's like, oh, how would you feel if you weren't allowed to take the person you wanted to prom?
Right.
Oh, starting
Yeah.
and it doesn't start like the whole like, oh, we're limited in our job opportunities is a background thing because they're children.
Yes, exactly. They're taking, I mean, these are very real adult issues that are in the background because that's how you view it as a kid. But those issues are micro focused in high school and school, like race issues, or, for
Yeah,
instance, like sexuality, like I couldn't take another girl to, well, that might be different. If we were like actually romantically linked, right?
yeah,
Like, well, we wouldn't have been able to go to homecoming together when I was in
yeah.
high school. Um,
There's a whole
like,
musical about that.
yeah, so it's like they are taking these like very real world issues and boiling them down so well.
So yeah, Zed wants to play football, but zombies are not allowed to fully integrate. They have to take classes in the basement,
They're not able to leave the basement. Their teacher is also the janitor,
and he's a zombie.
and he can leave the basement.
Yeah, but he has to. Zed sneaks out, trying to get to tryouts. Eventually worms his way into a pep rally, where Bucky tries to scare the zombies with spirit sticks, and Zed sees Addison in danger because Bonzo ran off. Addison's gonna fall. He shows his super strength and speed and saves her. And so the coach is like, "We got to get you on the team because they got to win." And the principal is like, "If you all win, you can sit in the cafeteria. You can attend other classes. You can attend clubs."
And this is where Zed's obsession, because I was trying to remember it in this fourth movie. It was like, why is he like so obsessed? Or the third movie, why is going to college going to also mean that like like, why him? And then it was like, oh, that's right. The principal attached zombie rights to this kid helping them win a football game and completely skewed his perception of reality.
Yes,
And I'm like, that poor
yes,
kid.
yeah.
Put the whole
He
world on him.
literally the world on his shoulders, his race on his shoulders.
And
He
he didn't do that himself. An
no.
adult literally was like, yes.
Yeah, he associates winning with his people having rights. So that also is a great way to raise the stakes for the character in a way that's very believable.
If only winning a football game meant ending racism.
Yeah.
We had
And
how many Super Bowls already? Come on.
yeah, and racism is still alive and kicking, especially at
Even in
football
the
games.
NFL.
Yeah. So he also has, during one of his attempts to sneak out, there was a zombie lockdown, and he meets Addison hiding in I almost called it an escape room, the bunker.
The zombie safe room, which is honestly so clever because he hides
Yeah.
in there and she hides in there,
Yeah.
and it's safe for both of them. And I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
that's so clever. That was fun. I liked that.
And she doesn't
He
see,
punches him.
yeah, because she doesn't see him. So she's just talking to him like, oh, this kind of, he's tall, anybody
Sounds
that's tall
cute.
sounds hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's there talking, and then the lights turn on, and she's like, punches him. zombie, but then she's like, oh, he was nice, he was normal, he just wanted to play football. And she's already like, well, a football team needs someone to cheer for them. So she's like, she's into him. And then his strength feat that impresses everyone is saving her, catching her. So they obviously have sparks. But Addison comes from this cheer world. It's a Romeo and Juliet thing, right? Like they're not accepted by her world. She approaches them to say hi, and then the cheerleaders, the ACs are like, "You can't do that. You're a Southern woman. You
You're a
belong to
Southern
your
belle.
cousin." Yeah. Um, and so Zed has all these motivations to hack his Z band. So Eliza shows him how to hack it so he can Hulk out in the games because his team is not covering him because he's a zombie. So
Yeah.
they're letting him get pummeled. So he needs extra strength to win. And then he even overhacks it to make himself extra human to impress Addison because they're going to go to the dance.
Plus her
And
parents.
oh, yeah, important parents. Yes. So he makes
Because it's
himself
not for
look,
her, really.
yeah. Because she's like, I just need to tell you I'm a dad. And then he shows up and he's a handsome human boy. And they're like, oh, wow, I play football too, classic parent talk. Like, what a lovely boy. They go to the froyo place where zombies are not allowed. And the only flavor is vanilla. She's like, I hate that everything has to be so perfect and so racist. And I hate that like we can't go together as your real self, that you have to hide. And he's like, hey, I love hiding. I love this. And she's like, oh, but like it's not real. Um, and then shit goes wrong at the game because the ACs figure out how to hack the computer and zombify him to the max and zombify his zombie friends to humiliate them, to scare everyone. He almost eats Bucky,
Yeah. So
allegedly.
they literally they don't know what's going to happen when they zombie out. No one does. And
Yeah.
so Bucky is literally like, yes, I will risk the murder of children to prove a point.
Wow, that sounds like a racist.
That's crazy.
That's what they do.
And then they literally like he gets tased and
Yeah. And
they get arrested,
by the
like handcuffed.
cops,
And
handcuffs
these are
shoved away.
children. These are children. Let's remember that. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is a Disney Channel original
Yeah.
film.
This is very bold, and Descendants would not be so bold.
No,
And
no, they had a rainbow bridge, Cullen.
yeah. So he's taken away. And Bucky, he doesn't eat Bucky though. He shows some form of self-control that, like, deep down at the end of the day, as much as he fucking hates Bucky, he doesn't want to eat him.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's
and
he's evolving.
yeah,
Like,
and Bucky sees that and he doesn't do anything with it. There's like a moment in a song where he's like, "Oh wow, how do I deal with the stuff inside me?" But he doesn't resolve it. He stays racist to the end.
yeah, that I mentioned that too in my notes. I was like, I don't understand what the song is. Is Bucky gonna change? And then he literally goes back to being awful. I was like, oh, then what was that?
I think it's a
He
thing that
really
like,
holds on to the end. It's like he's like, no, 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 I have to stay racist.
yeah, and I think that's so real.
It is.
I think so many narratives show like, okay, people will learn and get along, and it's like, no, people will hold on to these things. It doesn't feel like character backtracking, like in some shows and movies where it's like, oh, we're all friends, then next season, oh, this person's mean again. It's like, no, it just feels like he is so attached to his beliefs and his worldview that
Yeah,
even when confronted with evidence to the contrary, he just will reject it eventually.
yeah. I want to say a couple quick things about football.
Yes.
I'm gonna put on my Anne hat from the Glee
Oh,
football
yeah.
episodes
The
that
Sue
we
Sylvester shuffle. Yeah.
yeah. Really quick, I would like to say that Zed says to the father that he's a fullback. He absolutely is not. He's a verse, and that's not a thing on a football team because he plays as the quarterback, he plays as a receiver, and I'm assuming potentially as a fullback. Maybe I missed that. I was like, what's happening? And I
Writers
think
don't
at
know
one point
football.
he snaps the ball, and I'm like, that's the what? So,
Yeah.
yeah, the other thing I want to say about football, is I think something that I said that I wanted to talk about with you was about the color scheme, this pink and green
Pink
of the
and
football.
green. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So fun fact, when I used to play the NCAA, probably 2004, 2005, maybe 2K, maybe 2006 game on PS2,
Yeah.
I would play and create a team, my own university team, and their colors would be hot pink and lime green because I thought it
Wow.
was funny and I loved how it showed up on our very old TVs, very bright and painful to look at. And I also found it emasculating. And
And
that
it's
was me as a budding misandrist. So yeah, fun fact.
yeah, I do love because the color scheme is so like out there and noticeable and weird and yeah. And it's like the cheerleaders pink, zombies green.
It's like the school already knew they were gonna
Yeah.
do this. So lean in. Hashtag lean in.
Hashtag lean in. Addison. Okay, she wants to cheer. Uh, she meets Zed as we talked about, and she wants him. She's like, he's cute, he's a zombie. She's curious about others, you
Which makes
know.
sense. She
Yes,
reveals to us
the
under the wig,
hair. Yeah.
the
And so
another wig,
another wig under the wig.
another wig to another wig.
And so she is sneaks out to Zombie Town with him on this secret zombie date. Uh, the cops get called to not to lock down the party. And while the zombies scurry away, she's taken by the officers, just taken home, you know. And they're like, oh, she was out on the wrong side. And they're like, what were you doing? She's like, oh, I was just out with a boy. And the officer keeps trying to leave. Great bit. But yeah, Addison is just, yeah, she has a crush. She's being held back by her cheer group. And they're like, wait, are you an other? Did you have an overbite? And she's like, no, So it's like she's scared to break the mold, but she's very into Zed and fights against Bucky to cheer for him because he's the star player. He's winning. And she's like, come on, they're winning.
Uh-huh. And this is where she reveals that she's not a good cheerleader because she goes, "Give me a zom, give me a B. What does that spell?" It doesn't spell anything. You've just put two like sounds together.
Yeah.
And I was
Um,
very upset about that because I was like, "Come on."
come on. Someone who
Oh,
coming
okay,
this
never
is
mind.
coming from someone who once wrote a zombie cheerleader script.
Listen, listen, listen. I did. I did. It's
Yeah.
it's true. I wrote the first act.
Yes. Rose buddies.
Rose buddies.
Yeah.
Unite.
Unite.
Um, Let me know when we get to the hate crime because I would like to talk about the commercial break I had.
Oh, well, this is earlier. She's taken to Zombie Town to do a hate crime, and Eliza's mom scares Bucky off.
Yeah.
And she's left in Zombie Town alone. And
Yeah.
she's like, wow, zombies are so harassed.
Yeah. Bucky drops them off to egg their house, right? Or was it to
Hmm. To
egg
egg.
Eliza's
It
house?
was Zed's house,
Someone's
but
house.
Eliza's mom lives across the street.
Okay, gotcha. So, right, she has these eggs and she's like, wow, they're so oppressed. And she throws the eggs in this economy. My God, she
Wow.
throws
Yeah.
them
A
the
dozen
whole
eggs.
a whole carton of eggs in the trash. And then, cut to commercial. And an Eggland's Best Eggs commercial comes on, and I'm shitting bricks, laughing so hard. I'm texting Cullen. I'm like, oh my God. Like, what have they done? That was
Yeah.
hilarious. So I loved that. Getting Disney Plus with the ads was actually worth it because
Because of that.
because
Yeah.
also we're experiencing a Disney Channel original movie as it's meant to be with
Yeah.
commercial breaks. And
Yes.
I actually appreciated that because I think I did need a break between sequences.
Yeah. Gives you time to process. Uh,
Refrigerator logic.
yeah. So she's wanting to break these barriers. She cheers for the zombies. Is booted off the team. They hate the attack happens where the zombies are their Z bands go haywire. They're being arrested, and she's actively because before she would kind of passively watch things, and here she's
Yep.
like, "No, stop! This is wrong."
Yep.
She's standing up for them, and then her parents are like, "Addison, go home," and then she's like,
No.
no, actually, time for a musical number. I have ugly ass hair,
I
hidden,
have,
have a wig under my
and
wig.
listen, it's ugly because she doesn't need to take care of it, right?
Yeah,
So she just chops it. and probably honestly, it's probably just breakage because she's just pinning it so that she
Yeah.
can pin her blonde wig on top of it. I mean, I get it.
This is giving the Sylvie test. Because I'm just like, I don't think about this, but
Yeah.
yeah. And so she's like, I myself, apparently this song was filmed in slow-mo. So or it's in slow-mo, so it was actually filmed, she had to sing it super fast. And
Whoa.
like speed do everything. And then they slow-moed it down. Yeah, I saw that in
Wow.
an interview. But
Because art? Why?
I I guess it looks better that way when you slow-mo it.
Okay.
I guess otherwise it might be too understand, you know.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
Uh, so she stands up and is like, I'm me, and everyone's like, nasty, we hate it, boo. She's booted off the cheer squad, and then we get the climax where the cheers where zombie Bucky has been purging like he's the federal government. He's been purging anyone with pro-zombie sympathies who's adopted zombie bling. And Senator McCarthy Bucky here purging everybody from the cheer team. And so they don't have enough people. So when they go on to perform in their cheer championship, it's bad. They're losing real bad. Everyone's booing and making fun of them.
Is
And
this,
so
they have like there's like a guy in the audience who's like screaming, right?
yeah.
That, I wish that guy came back every movie, but he doesn't. That was so weird and funny.
And there's like, yeah, so they're losing, and Eliza's like, I'm rigging this whole thing to sabotage them. And Zed's like, you can't do it. That's not the way. And
Oh, this is okay. This haircut, that's right. It's giving Reese Witherspoon's giant monster lady in Monsters versus Aliens,
yeah.
which is hilarious because spoiler alert, Addison's part alien. Okay.
What? And so then she shows up. Addison is like, yeah, we should sabotage them. And Zed's like, no,
Yeah, she's
that's
like in
not.
her bad girl era
Yeah.
for like a hot second. I love it.
And Zed's like, no, we shouldn't do that. And then Zoe picks up pom-poms and tries to cheer. And everyone's like, ooh, zombie child, time to bully an even younger child than the children we were
Boo.
bullying before.
Yep.
And so they show up and they do a cheer number to be like, together, we're integrated. You can't stop the beat. You know, like we're fun,
Yes.
we're
Very
great.
hairspray.
Yeah. And they win. They save cheer. And now Zombie Town is open for everyone. Zombies can come and go as they want. They can have block parties. People are together.
My issue was that they're like, yeah, Zombie Town is like open. And I'm like, but that's not the point. Seabrook needs to be open. Like
Yeah.
that's the emphasis, not like, hey, Zombie Town, you guys can come over. And they're like, yeah, okay, we'll come over to the ghetto, but you can't come to our white suburbs. I'm like, can
Yeah.
we emphasize the right thing? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
The reality is it's just cooler to stage a block party musical number in Zombie Town
Listen,
than
I
at Seabrook.
agree.
Yeah.
But, you know,
But for the narrative.
for the narrative, yeah.
Okay, so here are our songs. We are going to do a rating system for each song.
Okay.
With all the letters of zombie. So if you like the song, it's a full zombie. And then the
Okay.
less you like the song, maybe it's a Z, maybe it's a Zo, a Zom, a
Got it.
B, a B, you know.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So opening number, My Year. This is going to be my year. I quoted it a lot because it's where they just tell us exactly what they want and their goals are. That's the opening song where Zed and Addison are going to school.
That's a
We're learning what they
Z.
want. And
I
we
don't
do see
remember
them
it.
doing choreo on either side of the segregation fence, which is
Very
this,
hairspray. That's very hairspray. The dance. I'm speaking specifically of the film with Hairspray's Nikki Blonsky.
yes.
And um where, you know, at the dance they're literally segregated with like a rope.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's a Z from me.
Oh, wow. That's a full
I don't
zombie for
remember it.
me.
I don't remember it.
Oh, I think I've quoted it a billion times in this. I remember it. I love this one. Next is Fired Up, which is the cheer tryout song. They also reprise it for the finale or the cheer competition,
Mhm.
which I'm also giving a full zombie because I didn't like it at first, but it's a great song, like narratively, if you're thinking of like
There's one
motivation.
full zombie on this board for me, and I'm sure you'll be able to guess it.
Bam.
Really? You think that's it? No, it's
Oh,
Someday.
someday.
Yeah,
Someday is the
that's a
best song.
full zombie.
Yeah, people
It's
hate
also
on that song.
okay, well,
And I'm
listen,
like,
I
that
get
sounds
emotional
good.
anytime I hear it in each of the movies. Okay, so explain that to me. Tell
Yeah.
me that's a bad song. Listen, I hate when, and this movie is falls victim to it, where they do a montage of flashbacks from that movie. It was like, I saw that 20 minutes ago. I haven't forgotten. I hate that. But another thing is like recalling certain things just for like the emotional tension. I think they use the song very smartly
Yes.
out this movie and through the series that I'm like, it has the emotional weight.
Yeah.
So that's why it gets a full zombie from me.
It gets a full zombie. What would you have fired up?
I don't remember it. It's getting a Z.
See, okay. What so Bam is the block party
Bam is a
one.
zom. A
Is a zom.
ZOMB. I'll give it a zom with a B.
I'll give it a zom with an M.
Okay.
I think the song is okay. I just love the
The
choreo.
choreo. That's I think
The
that's
choreo
so
is so
maybe
good.
I'll get rid of the B. I'll give it a zom. The song itself is but the choreo, it's fun, it's weird. It's very weird.
And
I'm into it.
apparently Milo was just doing the trampoline thing, goofing off, and they were like, we got to use that.
He's perfect. Listen, I said this, I think, off recording. This character, and specifically this actor in this role, ages like a fine wine. He just really embraces it, and he's effortlessly charming in this role in every single movie. Um,
Yeah.
and Addison is also great. The actress who plays her is also great,
Yeah.
but he has like that particular like integration with this role that just blossoms. So kudos to him.
Yeah, he's so good and he really blows every other like Disney Channel male lead out of the water in terms of
I was like,
personality.
you had a really weird pause there, and I did want to call that out. But yes,
Okay. Yeah,
that's
that's
Bam is getting
a
a
zom.
Zom,
Okay.
no B.
Someday, yeah, is a full zombie because it is the most 2018 song where they said is if different was a superpower, would be so flawless.
Yeah,
But someday this could be ordinary. I think like that hook
yes,
is so good, and it's just a fun little choreo like dance duet.
yes.
Um, oh,
It's their meet cute.
and I spelled someday wrong in the slide.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then we have stand. I'll give it a zom.
I was gonna give it a Zoe.
So it's good. It's just I every decom they're like the girl needs a pop song.
Yeah, it's a
It
Zoe.
yeah, I think it in some ways it's more narratively functional than some of the Mal ones or the Gabriella ones.
Yeah,
But
Gabriella's songs weren't ever that great.
no Disney Channel female solo will ever top This Is Me from Camp Rock. But yeah.
I
Um
keep wanting to say Spunky, but that's also not her name.
her name is not Spunky.
Sunny was
Sunny
her
with a
character,
chance.
yes. And
Jamie, no,
no, oh my God, I'm trying to think of Danny Gonzalez's video on Camp Rock. And I don't want to look it up. I know it. It's
I
got like
know.
a CK, like a k sound in it.
Kimmy, no,
It's like Rocky or like
I have it, it's like on the tip of my
yes.
tongue.
Oh
Mindy, no,
no.
like they're like I'm so no, not Tessa's the villain. Jamie.
No, it's like
Uh
a k sound. There's a k in it.
it ends in a E, I want to say.
Yes, it's like a key, like a
We'll get there. The themes, okay, I got green flags and red flags here. So this
mm-hmm.
movie talks about obviously discrimination, laws against integration, integration of sports, owning pets, clothing and job opportunities. So these laws exist and they're challenged by our leads. There's a pressure for social conformity. Everything's vanilla. She can't have a slightly strange hair. We get even the microaggression, right, of Addison's faux pas, where she's like, "Oh, you like a girl with brains?" And Zed is kind of like he'll play with that, but Eliza's like, "What the F are you doing? Bring this dorky
Well,
ass white girl
there's
doing that?"
microaggressions, macroaggressions, and then there's also the social faux pas of the fact that like she is acting out of her whiteness.
Yeah,
And so it's very multi-layered with the faux pas, and Addison is full of them. But
yeah,
you need a character like that. She is purity in this world. Like she's literally
yeah,
like testing the boundaries. She's our vehicle for testing the boundaries of what is right and wrong in the world.
yeah,
Zed being on the on the side of the oppressed isn't
yeah,
quite there because he's experiencing it, right? So
yeah.
she's able to test boundaries.
We talk about big bigotry. There's unfounded hatred of the zombies, the ownership of the innocent white girl, like the
Okay,
pure girl.
let's quickly talk about the imperfect metaphor. It's not
Oh,
necessarily unfound.
here's my red flag, the poor metaphor. Zombies do eat
So
people.
that's why it's not unfound hatred.
Yes. And this is where a lot of racism metaphors fall apart. So zombies
Yes.
do eat people, black people do not, and they did not
Yes.
do anything to justify the
And not just black
racism that they
people,
faced.
any oppressed community,
Yes.
literally any oppressed community.
I
So,
think zombies very specifically in this universe are
yes.
a metaphor for like the Black American community.
Yes.
But they never fully stick that this one group is this one group, which is
Yes.
smart.
Yes.
All metaphors get messy because otherwise it just you'd be recreating real life.
Yes, exactly.
So
So that's
and
why it's unfound hatred from their
the
pers
current perspective.
yes, because we know that they have evolved. And so it's like, okay, I guess they don't need, like there is no
Yeah.
basis for the hatred. But yeah, so okay.
Like if you think of Zootopia, that has the same issue. Like predators
Yes.
do eat prey. You could argue that maybe white people would be the predators more accurately in the analogy.
Hello, colonization.
Yeah. There's also the concept, like, but if you think of even like your classic metaphors, your Animal Farms,
Yep.
your Chronicles of Narnia, there's no necessarily like what is the original sin doctrine, whatever in Narnia.
Yeah.
It's emotional, it's an emotional metaphor, explaining the basics. And I think especially for something like this, that's for kids, that's where a metaphor can be more strongly used. But again, uh zombies do eat people. We have the sexism essentially, like the way Addison is romantically and sexually. Parentheses, this is a very innocent movie, but like policed. This the fears that black men would steal white women or assault them. That's
Mhm.
very much read into what's going on. Also, the fact that like when the zombies are in trouble, they're arrested, but Addison is just taken back to her parents' house.
Yep.
All these
And Bucky
forms,
faces no consequences
yeah,
for that whole thing.
no consequences for any of the incidents he causes.
And
And all the
honestly, Eliza is lucky that the police weren't like, "Oh, we see that your device caused this. Fuck you.
yeah,
We're throwing you in prison or whatever." Like,
yeah.
obviously, this is a Disney Channel original movie, but like, if this were a real version of the world, that would be a possibility that like this could all be framed on her. So,
So all these fears have to be socially enforced. So they have to be laws to enforce the social fears, which is, I think, a better one of the stronger aspects of this franchise's metaphor is that it's not just like we don't like these people; it's like laws.
yeah.
As laws that Addison's family are behind. Also, athletics. I think the way men of color are taught to use athletics performance to gain humanity and acceptance
Yes.
and conform. So Zed puts a lot of pressure on himself, I spelled that wrong, to conform, because that is how he gets rights for his people and because he is inherently othered. And so all he wants is to be normal, to just
It's
not feel othered
it's both. So, yeah, literally to gain humanity acceptance, but
for himself and
also
others.
and for himself and others. Yes, like it is literally like how a lot of kids get a leg up.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people of color. They
Yes.
use athletics to do that. And yeah, I didn't even really think about that in these movies, but absolutely.
And
Wow.
especially the football,
Yes.
basketball, and the NFL and the all the CTE and damage done to the players,
Mhm.
it gives like the way are essentially sacrificing these men for our entertainment.
Yep. It's
Um,
literally gladiators.
yeah.
Literally gladiators.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yikes. So
And
this
then,
movie is for this a Disney Channel musical is so smart. Also my other red flag.
yes.
Don't be mean. Don't protest in ways that hurt your capitalist overlords.
Yeah.
Don't ruin the cheer competition. They'll ruin it themselves. So the ending is what feels the most like tied up, tidy. Disney, we don't want them to do anything too
Eliza was ready
edgy.
to blow that shit up. And I was like, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. And I'm like, they won't.
And even Addison was like, do it. Okay,
Fucking
go
do
off,
it.
go
Yeah.
off,
Literally,
Queen.
it's like the white girl said it. Do it. And
Yeah.
then said like, nah. And they're like, okay. And even Eliza's like, oh, right, fine. And it's like, no. But yeah, of course, this is coming from Disney.
And so you do a song, everyone's together, and I'm sure we'll talk about this movie at some point. I always think of the strongest Disney example of this is Maleficent 2. So there's like a war with like the humans and the fairies, and at the end, good guys are like they stop the war, whatever. And then they're like, we're just gonna do Aurora's wedding now. But I'm like, people died. There's like bodies on the ground, and you're doing a wedding. Like it's great that
Listen,
we're not fighting. Please stop the war, stop the violence. But like
yeah.
you do the wedding over the corpses. Wow.
I mean,
Bold.
and it's not even just like capitalist overlords, but in general, we police the way people protest,
Yeah.
whether it
Literally.
was literally No King's Day, whether it
Yeah.
was Black Lives Matter, whether it was the pro-Palestine,
Yeah.
anti-genocide protests and stuff. We are policing the way people protest. So,
Yeah.
in a way, it is directly like it's hurting the capitalist overlords, but it's also just like in general, like you know, in the 60s, they were
Yeah.
policed about like, okay, Martin Luther King Jr. is doing it the right way. He did it the right way, but Malcolm X is too violent,
Too
too
violent.
violent, too
And the
violent.
people
And
were
it's
not
like,
saying MLK was doing it the right way at the time.
no, no.
That's the thing. Now he's
Yeah.
been deified. And even like, but like, so we like the oppressed group always has to be polite and respectful, and the group in
Oppressor.
power, oppressor, can literally violently assault people, make videos of them shitting on them,
Yep.
and that's okay. So that's where this movie falls to that trap. It's a very Disney thing and Hollywood in general. Let's talk about Zombies too.
Love that segue.
Yeah. So they made another one. This movie did really well. I knew about it and I was a grad student. When I was like, oh, Zombies, it came out. Some of these songs slap. I don't have any access to watch this. So I didn't watch it till years later.
Yeah, because
Uh,
that was back when cable was still a thing.
yeah. Wow.
Whoa.
The world has changed, as Galadriel says.
But it hasn't because now we're back to cable
Yes. It's people who just renewed their Disney Plus Hulu
with
subscription
ads.
with ads because Mama be broke. Mama being both of us.
We are mama.
And we are mom. You are Papa. So Zombies 2, Zed is back. Addison is back going through identity crisis. I only updated the picture for Zed and Addison because I feel like they evolve a lot per movie.
Yeah. Well, Addison especially, she gets a new
Yeah.
wig every episode. Love it. I mean, did she get multiple wigs? Two
Two
wigs
Wigs the
a
movie.
movie? Oh my
Yeah.
God. Good for her.
So she's
The
wearing her
wigs.
white hair proudly. She's being called Snowball by the ACs. Who
Good
now
one.
there's a
JC.
third. There's JC.
Tracy's gone.
Tracy's gone. Kevin is now Kristen JC. Um, Zed is back. He's a football star. He's dreaming of taking Addison to prom, which is their prom equivalent.
That was
Uh,
such a dumb joke, but it did get me every time. And I'm like, the movie is very charming.
yeah, they're
It
just I
the world they built is so silly, but in a way that like, and also like I'm trying to like uncringify things. Like I think cringe is like one of the worst things to happen to the way we look at media.
yeah.
But in general, and I'm like, listen, yes, this could be considered very cringe, but you know what? I love corny. I love it. It's
Yeah.
cute. It's fun. It makes me happy. Let
Yeah.
me be happy. Everything sucks.
I was watching these expecting it to be kind of like, okay, this is like a guilty pleasure. It's so unhinged. Then I was like, okay, these movies are good.
I'm
They
not
fucking
guilty at all.
slap.
I
I
don't
don't
feel
feel guilty at
guilty.
all. These movies are good.
Although
Great.
I did kind of hate the first one because I'm like, I just was like, ugh. I think it was the ending. I think the ending
Yeah.
really almost ruined it for me because everything else I was like, okay. And then the ending, I was like,
The
so
ending is the weakest part of that movie.
yes.
And
So
that
that
is
one was hard for me.
the hardest part of any race or class metaphor narrative is because there is no has been
There's
no
no ending.
there's been no resolution to racism or
So
classism.
it's impossible to end that metaphor on like a happy bow, especially if
Yeah.
it's a decom, they want a
Yeah.
happy bow. So I get it, but it was rough for me for sure.
Yeah. Um,
But Zombies 2 went down like a fine wine.
fine line. Uh Eliza is back. She's fighting against they're tearing down Seabrook Power because it's being unused, but she's like, this is a sacred site in zombie culture. It's our birthplace.
Yes.
Which I loved and wish we had in a TV show we could have delved more into that. But
Yep.
I'm thinking like a CW TV show, not a Disney Channel series.
Right, right.
Bonzo is there. He is now dating Bree.
Or they're kind of like
Uh,
in a flirt
they're in a flirt
flirtmanship.
sit. Yeah, they aren't
Yeah.
officially together. Bree still hates dishes and loves soap. But she is pro integration. She's still Addison's best friend. She's having a good time. Then we're gonna meet the werewolves. They're here because we get this lore that the werewolves were indigenous to this
I
community.
went, oh no, not the indigenous conversation. Oh God, here we go. Colonization.
Disney does it great. So they were there. They fought the settlers. The settlers drove them back and used a mysterious power source to build Seabrook Power. The werewolves have been in the forest, the Forbidden Forest, but they're looking for the Moonstone, which is their source of energy that powers their stones, which contains their like life force slash werewolf energy. What does this do? It allows them to grow fangs and claws and go like and have glowy eyes.
Yeah.
And
And also potentially live forever because they kind of made it seem like they're also really old, but then they're like, oh, we have elders. And I'm like, okay, but please don't tell me this is another situation where there's a 107-year-old man walking around a high school.
I don't think so. I think that
Okay,
their elders have just gotten so weak because the Moonstones have been so diluted and they send the teenagers.
got it. Okay.
That's what that implied to me.
But they also do say, I think it's Winter that says it, that like,
Well, this was very Stephanie Meyer coded with the werewolf indigenous thing.
yes,
Um,
yeah,
so their leader is Willa. She's the alpha,
love
sort
her.
of. She's not the great alpha, but she's the alpha of this pack.
Yeah.
We love a woman alpha.
And we
Um,
love that we're still using the alpha structure,
yeah,
even though the person who created that was like, "Oops, I was wrong."
yeah.
So
And
he was like, "Take backsies," and we still operate on that.
a lot of the werewolf songs were used on TikTok by the furry wolfkin community.
Listen, good.
And they became very trendy in TikTok with people making fun of or just doing little sketches with the song. They had a TikTok trending moment.
Yeah,
Because Zombies 2, I believe, came out in the pandemic.
in the we're calling it the pandy now. I don't think I saw that one on Zed's internet.
On this internet. So her two co-leads are Wyatt, who is my favorite person to watch in any dance number
Yes,
because
same.
he is a
He's
little
putting his
stressed.
whole wolf pussy into it.
Yeah, he is. I think everyone is a really natural dancer. He's a good dancer, but he is not a natural dancer. So he is just trying so hard to keep up, and I'm so proud of him.
I
It's so fun
know.
to watch.
I'm literally the mom in Mean Girls. Like,
You're doing great, sweetie.
yeah.
So Wyatt is the more peacekeepy one, and who later sees because they run to Addison in the Forbidden Forest, and he's like, she's got white hair, like the prophecy of the great alpha. She's our great alpha. Alphas are women. He is not he's not an alpha male podcaster. He is
No.
a real strong werewolf guy. And he's kind of positioned initially as maybe a rival love interest from Zed's POV. Uh,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. And then we have Winter, played by musically star baby Ariel. Uh, Shout out to Musically RIP.
Well,
Live
musically is now
on
just
as
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah.
And she's there because her bit is she's always too much or not enough. She doesn't know how to read the room. But eventually they're like, always be you, you know?
Yeah.
As my friend Jasmine would say, if you said, why are you so extra? She'd say, why are you not enough?
Mhm.
Um,
That's
Bucky's,
powerful.
but for real
Honestly.
though, yeah.
Seriously though.
Bucky's back. There's still the cheer captain. He's anti-integration. He's forced to integrate, but he runs cheer squad, the cheers camp as like newbies versus oldies, and the newbies are the only people with zombies. So he violently attacks them with like squirt guns and stuff.
Yeah.
He loves hazing. The ACs are there. They're shredding Zed and Addison's letters to make pom-poms, and saying microaggressions as they do it, saying Gargazar forever because I'm making fun of zombie.
I mean, at
Uh,
what point is that just not a macroaggression?
yeah,
That's just
that's just
aggression,
racism.
right?
Uh,
Yeah.
and the principal is still there, but now she kind of supports Zed, sort of, and wants people to join student council so they can hang out with her.
Listen,
Um,
she rolls with the tide and however it helps
yeah,
her. She doesn't want the school board up her ass.
yeah,
I want to say that the bus situation, the prawn mascot driving, crazy
wild.
idea. Also I love when these movies, second one gets a bigger budget and you're like, oh fuck yeah, we're gonna do this big bus scene. Listen, and it just keeps getting bigger every movie, and I'm like, yes, I'm here for these crazy theatrics they give me.
Yeah,
Love, I just gotta say, I love all the cheerleading because it makes me want to watch Bring It On. It just like hits that nerve for me.
great use of cheerleading for the musical numbers.
Yeah.
So Zed, he wants to go to prom. He's looking at these walls and dreaming of going to prom with Addison beside him. So then they'll see the life inside me. He says that. So he's like, people think I'm a corpse, and I'm not a corpse. And I want people to see that I have life in me. And I'm like, wow, that's
That's
real.
mhm.
And he tries to prawn pose.
Promposal,
Uh,
yeah.
it goes wrong. He's hanging onto the bus, and that's why the bus goes off the rails. And Addison is like, everyone stay calm. And Bree's like, wow, great leadership. I'm like, I love leadership in kids' movies. But that's how, because Bucky and if Bucky becomes class president, they're gonna need a new cheer captain, and like that could be Addison. She's a good
Mhm.
leader. She's a pro integration leader.
Yeah.
White Girl of the Month, I believe in integration. It's the new frontier. And so she shows great leadership. She runs off into the woods, interacts with werewolves, and when she mentions it, everyone's like, "Time to bring fascism back." Monster laws enforced.
And I'm like, literally, did we learn nothing last last episode?
Which I would call
Which was it?
unrealistic, except look at the world,
No.
look at Earth.
Look at the world. Yeah, that's the other thing. I was like, what do you mean? And then I was like, oh yeah, it's just like a new group of people that they haven't learned to trust yet. Of course they would lock everything down.
Yeah. And
And
punish
and
the,
fuck the people that already got their rights. Fuck them.
yeah.
Of course they would do that. They have
Uh,
done that.
yeah. But Zed, he wants to go to prawn, and now these laws are in place, so he can't go. So he's like, unless I became the student body president and change the laws, which again, I love that there's like laws about like they can't leave Zombie Town at night. The job laws, I assume, are back. But he's a
Yes.
teenager, so he's naming like, I want to go to prawn. I'm going to be class president.
Well, the job loss can't be back because his
Because the
dad
dad is still
still
in
gets
charge
to
of
be the
demolishing the
foreman,
plant.
which is a big deal. He's literally the leader of that project, which is awesome. you know?
Yeah, growth for zombie community. He's
Mhm.
Lin-Manuel rapping about that.
Oh yeah. This movie, the influence of Hamilton is palpable.
Yeah.
Palpable. I can
Especially
taste it.
in this election storyline.
Literally,
He's
it's the debates between
yeah.
Hamilton and Jefferson.
So he wants to be student body president. And so his whole thing is we're not monsters. And neither are the werewolves. The werewolves, they're the swing vote and they can integrate. We just have to integrate. We have to be as not other. We have to be the same.
I would also like to say that they are purple, just like swing states
Yeah.
used to be when there were swing states.
Yeah. So his whole thing is I want to be as human as possible. Like that's our vibe. I'm a football star. My posters paint me as very white. Meanwhile, Bucky's whole thing is to be like, he's a evil green-haired zombie. He's violent. He's scary. Zed is like the werewolves just need to integrate. They need to abandon their culture. And they're like, LMAO, Zed. And Addison is very connected to the werewolves and wants to find where she belongs. And Zed is like, no, like you're my perfect thing that represents this world that I'm trying to have access to. You're not other, and why would you want to be other? Um, and what
Because
does
I'm other and that sucks and I don't want that to suck for you. It's weirdly complex.
it's beautifully complex. It's a
Like,
very like real couple thing. Better than like, oh, Troy, you've been going to bed, having lunches with Sharpay. I gotta go my own way.
yeah,
More
yeah, yeah, yeah.
than Mal, like, oh sorry, I don't fit your princess mold. Instead of talking about it, I'm gonna run away. They get
Yeah.
no,
And and also this movie is where like they are kind of operating as separate entities where like she's
yeah,
very focused on like finding her own way and he's like or trying where she belongs. She thinks she's like a werewolf and
yeah,
he's like right like trying to get access to humanity more. And so like he's like overlooking her struggle, which
yeah.
is like a very real thing that happens. And also it's just like, yeah, listen.
Great writing. Great,
Yeah,
great.
I mean, I kind of have
Yeah.
to give it to them. Like, I think
Because
I said it was weirdly complex because it's like I wouldn't have expected it. It like, yeah,
yeah, because we just came from Mal freaking out that she doesn't like pink enough.
yeah,
And like this is dealing with a similar crisis, but on a much more like tangible way. And then
and realistic.
he even says, well, you wore a wig for all these years. And then he realizes, oh, wow, that's a blow. Like that's effed up. I shouldn't have said that, but like that's a real thing that fight where he said that was destined to happen at some point
Yeah,
in that
absolutely.
relationship, you
Yep.
know. Um, and so he ultimately loses the election because what makes him zombie out in the debate? He zombies out so much.
I know. I can't. Is his Z band acting up?
But what
Um.
causes it? Did Bucky set
Oh,
him up? No.
her. The moonstone thing.
Oh,
Because
he
the
stole the
werewolves give that,
moonstone and
which
he
is
steals it.
such such a important decision that he
Yeah.
like because he's like it's his way of saving her but also his way of preserving like his access to humanity and I'm like whoa that's crazy like that is like a powerful very a small decision in the grand scheme of or not in the grand scheme but like a very small moment but like that is a very like powerful impactful thing for their relationship and also
Yeah. And
wow
his
and
arc.
that's
And
what wigs out because it gets stuck and it
yeah.
they say
Because
it messes with the zombie tech.
zombies, sci-fi, werewolves are fantasy and they clash.
Hmm.
And so he zombs out and he loses the election because he becomes scary. Now he is able to actually control it pretty well this time.
Yeah.
Um, but it still loses him the election. Very real. And I do love the
Because
line
doesn't
where,
like Eliza also she's like, all right, fuck this. And she like hits her Z band, right? And she
yeah,
kind of zoms out too.
yeah. And she even said, Bucky said something about, oh, they eat brains. And he's like, oh, well, you should be fine. You don't have any.
Boom.
Like bars. Uh, so what's going on with Addison? white girl of the month. She's going through the most white girl
She did have
storyline.
two wigs. That's right.
Yeah.
I was trying to forget that second one.
So she wants to unite everybody. She's like teaming up to make progress. We got this. The werewolves show up and are like, I guess we're going to your school. And she's like, well, I'm here to help. I want to help the werewolves. Join our pack. Like, join. Like, I love that you're so loyal to your pack. It's admirable. And why it's like, I'm interested in you because I think you're the great alpha. But Zed is like, oh, these monsters are coming in. They're moving in on my girl. Uh, so they take her to the werewolf den, and through via musical number are like, we think you're the right alpha. She adopts werewolf culture.
She
Uh,
appropriates.
she appropriates
Well, I
like
guess
I'm doing right now. Yeah.
adopts because they're like, yes,
She,
we think you are. And so like
yeah,
it's like she's like, okay, yes, no, I can take this aesthetic on because I am
yes.
part of their pack. They accept me that way.
And I just had a
She learns
song.
the language.
Yeah, she's trying to learn the language. Again, we had the same joke where she can't speak the language correctly. Uh, she puts on she's like, oh, well, if I'm part of your, like, I'm gonna help you resolve your struggle, but like, I've been looking for where I belong. So obviously I have this white hair because I'm a werewolf and you all have white hair. Like shocks of white. Willa is more like, I don't know about this, but Wyatt is like, she's the one. And technically he is sort of right. She is the one that leads them to their destiny,
But
but
it's
she's
not
not
the great alpha.
yeah, this mythical creature.
Yeah.
So her parents are like, what's going on? She's going through another phase.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
she's
they're right
walked,
to think it's a phase
yeah, and she's walking around being a
because
werewolf,
moon and
moon
werewolf.
phase.
But they
uh.
don't really care about the phases. The vampires do later. I
Oh
have
yeah.
questions and thoughts and feelings and opinions, but
So she has the stone that they give her. It's one of the last moonstones. Zed
it's
takes
fully
it.
charged. Fully
Yeah.
charged. It's the only one they have that's fully charged. And I'm like, that's valuable.
And so when Zed, one of the people she trusts, takes it, because I do love it's not her showing it off to like the ACs or like
Yes.
somebody down. It's like, oh, her boyfriend, someone who she trusts. They've
Yep.
been through a lot. And then he breaks her trust. And then when she
Yep.
goes to show it to the werewolves and she's like, it's gone, they're like, oh, what
You
the
lost
fuck?
it.
You
Yeah.
lost it. And so she's like, I'm so sorry. And then they're like, you're obviously not part of the pack. And she's
They
devastated.
they take that way too chill because also it gets returned to them lost with its charge because he accidentally attaches it to a Z band. And it's
Yeah.
like, you guys are being way too chill about this.
And when Zed reveals that, she's like, excuse me? Like you ruined my chances with this community. Uh, but that happens after they hear Seabrook Power is being demolished, which is where they think the Moonstone is, because they think that is the source of energy. Later, they say something like, "Oh, all monsters are connected to Moonstones," and I'm like, "What?" I just felt like this. Though I was following the logic of just like this Moonstone happened to be here, the power
Mhm.
source, the power plant. Um, so they do a musical number to stop the demolition. Uh, we'll talk about that. And it works, except the person accidentally couldn't stop it and it gets blown up anyway. Yeah, but let's talk about the werewolf plot. Because now as the movies go on, like the new minority group kind of gets their own plot.
Mhm.
So the werewolves who are indigenous coded, they're indigenous literally to this area. They're powered by the moonstone. They have fangs that glow, glowy eyes, they have claws. They're scared of silver, it burns them, it harms them, and they're pack driven. They're a pack oriented culture. We love how family oriented your culture is. Um, so they are trying to find the alpha, and they show up and they're like, "Give us the moonstone." Everyone's like, "What?" And then Wyatt's like, "We should just go to this school." And they're like, "I guess the Forbidden Forest is in the school district." Uh,
Again, love the coach.
and so Wyatt's like, "Is it Addison?"
Wait, is
They,
this movie? Okay, the coach has the froyo stand, right?
yes,
Okay, this is really important. I was tracking his growth. He got a froyo stand. He's saving up to get out of his mom's basement. Put a pin in that.
put a pin in that. Yeah. They stop the demolition. Wyatt also snuck in pretending to be workman earlier, because that's where he sees the
Yes.
coach having to pack up the froyo stand because of segregation returning.
Let me just say, um, disguise game on fleek
Yeah, I was
because
like,
that
who is
was,
this character? Yeah.
and then he shows up with the hair, and I was like, that's the same guy. I was like, that's crazy. That's his hidden talent right there.
And we also see Zoe who wants a werewolf friend because she's the only zombie in her class.
Yeah.
And
She's what probably like the youngest in the zombie community then. That's what that
yeah.
means. Or there's maybe like babies who haven't grown up yet. So
So she wants a werewolf friend. She draws a little picture. And Will is like, wouldn't look like that.
what if they give zombie babies, like zombie infants? Would it be breast milk? Maybe a formula?
Do
Sorry.
zombies have breast milk? I don't know. And I don't think anyone asked.
Well,
But you
okay, if
are.
we're talking about, I'm asking again, bodily fluids. They create babies, they're gonna have to have breast milk probably.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Uh, at
these are not
prawn,
important questions, but
at
they're important
prawn,
to me.
important to you. At prawn, the zombies are kind of like, or the werewolves are losing their energy, but there's an earthquake. And Addison's like, look, there's a tunnel. And I noticed this. So she points out the tunnel, but the werewolves go in first and they find the moonstone and she's behind them. And then they're like trying to move it, but they can't by themselves. So then they're like, sometimes your pack needs to be bigger. And so Addison brings everyone in
Yep.
and they all together lift it and take it out to save the moonstone and the werewolves.
Yeah.
And I love that it's like in a way she is the great alpha. She did help them find it, but she also like gave space for their community to reach it first, to interact with it first, and
Yep.
then came in when they needed help. And it was a great like of everyone, even the ACs, coming together to like get this thing
Yeah.
out.
She demonstrated great leadership yet again.
Yeah, yet again, as Bree says, there's a great moment where she like puts on the moonstone. She gets it back charged, and she's like, "I'm the werewolf." We skipped over this part. It's a big
Yeah.
part. She like turns and is like, ah, and then she's like, "How do I look?" And everyone's like, "Oh."
Human.
And Bree is like, "You're beautiful, but you're the same beautiful you've always been." And I'm like,
That's
"That's a good
cutting.
friend. That's a good friend."
Yeah.
Because otherwise, because like, girl, we all saw you be a werewolf, and you're not. That's why
Cringe.
she
But
is White Girl of the Month every month because it's
yeah.
so like I'm 1/16th Lakota.
She
I'm a
just
Cherokee princess.
she just wants to find where she belongs. And she thought,
Yeah.
yes, this makes sense. And so she was like, yes, I'm ready to like fully embrace it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
no,
part
I
werewolf and it's like no.
yeah.
Wow. I was like this is so real for that because I feel like there'd be movies where character discovers that and they're like, "Yep, this is my identity that's hidden from me."
Well,
It's like, "No.
and
She's
I also think that there's something to that of like going to like whiteness. Like I am so mixed across countries for like my heritage that like there is no one sort of heritage. Like I am
yeah.
American and like
Yes.
whatever that means is very complex and nebulous and stuff, right? And so
Yeah.
like in a way it's just like if we could consider her like a sort of like a mixture of colonizers. She's
Yeah.
like she doesn't have like that one heritage. She just is white. She just is American. She just is
Yeah.
Tobruk.
Yeah.
So she wants to have that identifier. She wants to have a pack-driven, family-driven culture,
She
like
wants to be 1/16th Chippewa,
so that she
you
can
know.
say that she's Chippewa.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that she can claim that she's that she's like, no, I am Chippewa,
Yeah.
like, and a lot of white people are like that. Um,
Yes.
but it makes sense, especially like being American, you get mixed
Mhm.
with
Yeah.
different countries. So yeah, it's just that's also really interesting, I thought of.
And it's so interesting to see it done sort of like sympathetically, but still poking fun at that.
Yes, because it's there is something sad about it, but
Yeah.
it's also very silly because it's like yeah, I don't know. I guess as a white woman who's mixed with a lot of different cultures, I get it.
Yeah. Let's talk about our songs.
All
There's a lot
right.
more songs in this one.
Yes.
We got this. The
Don't remember
intro.
it. That's a Z.
I'm giving it a zombie with a zomb, not an IE, just a zomb.
Okay, a zomb.
Because it got stuck in my head. And I like the part where he's like, here at these walls. And then I love that she's like integrating things.
Hmm.
Um, what about I keep trying to the We Own the Night, the werewolf intro song.
Listen, that's gonna get a hard zomb with a B from me. I don't know why, but I was into it. Also, I remember it a little bit.
Yeah. I'm giving it a zomb with a B. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm winning the rap battle.
That's a Zoe because
Wow, yeah, it's a Zoe for me.
yeah, it's so not tangential, but it's so like a spin-off of Hamilton that
Yeah.
unfortunately it loses its charm because of that. Um,
I would never go like choose to listen to it in its own context, but it
right.
works in the context of the movie and it
Sure.
does have the, oh, they eat brains. Well, shoot, you don't have to worry, you don't have one, which
Yeah,
is
exactly.
that's a full letter
Bars.
grade. It would just be a Z, but that
But now
bar,
that got gave it an O. Yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
What about Gotta Find Where I Belong?
I don't really remember it, but given that it is like an emotional center of the movie, I'll give it a Zoe.
I'm gonna give it a zombie with an I.
Oh,
It also got
okay.
like mad a lot. Anywhere, where, which is I love that it's like so like that era of pop music that it's
Yeah.
been long enough that you can like track like it's this era of pop.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Um, so yes, Addison was making um what we called microaggressions, but potentially, using the girls with brains thing, the faux pas. There were some werewolf slurs being thrown around. I heard fur balls at one point. I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
These are slurs and someone should call it out. But
Yeah.
that never happened.
As someone whose famously his favorite character in Monster Prom is Scott Howell, yeah, we can't be doing that.
Oh, yeah, no, Zoe was scratching Winter's head like a dog. And of course, like Winter, like, I don't know, I guess being part dog, like was into it, but I'm like, that feels like a microaggression. That
Yeah.
feels like touching someone's hair when you shouldn't. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Zoe does have a dog at this point,
Yeah, she has a
right?
dog, but
She has a dog.
she says something to Winter.
Yes, I remember that because she just loves dogs. And
And
because in
she
the
gets
first movie, Addison is like, aren't you old enough to have a real puppy? And Eliza's like, you dumb hoe? She can't.
yeah, and then she gets one. And then in this movie, she wants a friend. She gets a werewolf friend, and that werewolf friend never comes back. And
Nope.
I was tracking that, and I was very sad.
Uh, I also like that even though Eliza is at first like, I don't like Addison, by this point, like, they're all friends.
Yeah,
They're all
exactly.
into it. We don't
She's
keep
like, she's
that.
an ally.
Yeah. Like the zombies do.
That's gonna get a full zombie from me, I think. It's
Yeah.
so weird and fun. And again, Wyatt is putting his whole woofussy into it.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a zombie with an I
Okay.
because I just think it worked. I mean, it's not my favorite. Like, again, it's not like, oh, I feel like listening to it do it like the zombies do, but it slaps so hard in that movie, and it's such a great way to like succinctly convey the topic they're discussing,
Yeah.
which is, I love musicals that use their songs to do things. I hate when it's like we're just stopping and singing. Like,
Yes.
this song does a lot of narrative work.
And again, uh Zed is killing it.
Oh, yeah,
He
such a good
he's
dancer.
just so charming, great dancer, great performer. It's just great.
And you have to be in order to like he's telling people you need to assimilate,
Yeah.
pull this off. Because everything Zed does, even when it's like that's not the right thing, like it's also very real and relatable. But I think people would want to cancel a less talented actor playing the role. I think they could come. He's able to be still very relatable and likable, even when he's like doing something a little. You still get
Yeah,
everything he does, even when he's doing something wrong. You're
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
I get you. Flesh and Bone. The
Mm,
song at the demolition.
not coming to mind. It's getting a
Uh,
Z.
Z. I was gonna give it a zombie with an I
Okay.
because I do think it's a banger. I just think this song, okay, great choreo, But this is where, again, the Disney thing of just like, okay, we're gonna protest, but it'll just be a musical number to say don't tear down the thing. Whereas you could use these same lyrics and have them like actually like dismantling equipment,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be a stronger visual.
Yeah.
But instead, but it's Disney, so we're just gonna cheerleaders are gonna come in and dance in this demolition site.
Yeah, like it could be still like a dance number, but they're tearing stuff down,
Yeah.
dancing with the things. Got prop
Yes.
work. Yeah.
Then I would get a full E, a full zombie. Call to the Wild.
Listen, I have problems with this title and the refrain. It's call of the wild is the phrase. The call to the wild part, it's just like one of those things that's like it's a little off and it's annoying.
How would you rate the song though?
I guess I'm giving it a Z.
Oh, I'm giving it a full zombie banger. Listen to this one a lot. It's
I,
so
I,
catchy.
I it bothered me the whole time. I was like, why can't you just say call of the wild? Why are I get like we're going to the wild, but like the wild is calling to you.
Yeah.
Call of the wild.
Call
Like
of the Wild.
it's so, and I'm like, there, that means something is like either they wrote this song thinking that was the phrase, and then they were already too deep in to change it. They're like, oh, it's Call of the Wild. Like, like people say, like for granted, for
Yeah.
granite, it's not for granite, it's for granted. I think it's one of those things, and it bothered me. Sorry.
Uh, fair, fair. What about the Someday reprise? Is it full
Listen,
zombie for me? They use it
again,
so well.
yes, that's the thing, is that it's used so well each time. And it's also slightly different each time. What I
Yeah.
would like to give negative marks if I can is that wig.
Oh,
That
okay.
wig.
The wig
Yeah,
game. Wig.
bad wig. I would
I
like to snatch it.
snatch that wig. I think I just yeah, I think it's a great way to like have a couple make up without having to like do some sort of laborious thing. And then the finale number, one for all,
Fun.
fun,
I'll give it a zombie
Azam.
with an, I was gonna give it with a B,
Okay.
a zomb.
Zombie.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's not that my favorite finale
but
number,
it's fine.
but yeah, it's fine.
Because also this is where we see Eliza and Wyatt kind of connect a little
Yeah.
bit and she like zoms out.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I like that they have like, okay, there's the cheerleader dance, the zombie dance, and the werewolf dance.
Yep.
Again, just good use of musical numbers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the themes of two, indigenous people, the werewolves are indigenous coded. How are indigenous people forced to assimilate, right? Like assimilation in indigenous communities is a big thing.
Mhm.
Well-meaning white people adopting their iconography or membership, and the destruction of their sacred spaces and resources
Yes.
and stealing of said resources.
Yeah, I was gonna say they stole it to make the sacred that is now a sacred place for zombies. And then obviously they want to take back their moonstone that was stolen from them. I guess like the assimilation isn't forced, it's just like strongly suggested.
Yeah, that'd be a
So
darker movie.
yeah, yeah,
And the otherness, like where he's like, "Oh, I'm a good other. I'm not these werewolves who are out of
yeah,
control." Like managing that, and also like, I'm not a monster, and like Addison, you're my perfect thing. You're my access to humanness. You're not other. You're not monster. And but there's no level at which he can assimilate that he'll fully be seen as human.
yeah,
And he kind of learns that through the election. That at the end of the day, he'll always be a zombie.
yeah.
Um,
Because I mean, there is a point during the election number where like he's winning
oh
and then
yeah,
he zombies out and it's like, oh, my inherent nature is what's keeping me from that, but
yeah,
I can't change that. I can only mask it. Like it's literally just masking.
yeah.
They're passing, human passing.
More bigotry. Addison is bullied by her own family, Bucky, for wanting progress. And she feels like an outsider, something small about her, and there's strength found in accepting others. I have some red flags again. The poor metaphor, werewolves are animal hybrids, indigenous North Americans are just humans.
Hmm.
They are
But
not,
and werewolves in this series are being considered a type of monster.
yeah,
And again, indigenous. people are not monsters. So
Yes. And it is corny. And I did have a moment where I'm like, is this why Gen Z became Nazis? But technically, so we're millennial cuspers, so we're like, this movie is probably more for Gen Alpha.
that's what I was thinking. I think these movies are more Gen Alpha
Yeah,
because to your point earlier that like it's a movie, they're movies about teens, but teens are probably not watching them, or they're
yeah,
watching them because they were younger when the first ones came out, so they just
yeah,
keep watching them, or they just have a passing interest or whatever, but like it's not inherently for teenagers. And that's
yeah.
like a lot of common of like these series and movies is that like I watch High School Musical. No, Siri, I'm not talking to you.
New
Um,
series name is High School Musical. Yeah,
is that like yeah, like High School Musical, I was in fourth or fifth grade when that came out.
yeah,
Those are supposed to be teenagers, right? And like, yeah. So, um, are
yeah.
we
Because the
technically cuspers or are we just like young? Because like we're not like 96. Like
96 is Gen Z.
I think it
We're
starts 97.
94.
97 starts Gen Z, I think.
Oh, I've heard 96.
It's
Either way,
somewhere
we're
in
at the
there.
tail end of
Yeah. I
millennials,
don't like being
right?
called a cusper
Wow.
because I
Well,
feel firmly millennial. I don't understand Gen Z.
and that's a great segue into
Firmly millennial derogatory, and I will own that.
Zombies 3.
So many characters.
So many characters. We got Zed. He is I love how sometimes his fashion, he has one long sleeve, one short sleeve.
Huh.
He's trying to get into college. That's his goal. He's trying to get into Mountain College so he can stay with Addison forever. He has a big game for a college admissions person to see if he can be admitted to Mountain College. His
Because
family,
they don't admit zombies or any type of monster.
yes.
Also, we did mention before in the second movie, they thought werewolves were not real the whole
Yes.
time. They thought the only monsters that existed were zombies.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, werewolves turns out they're real.
Yeah.
But this is
So
assuming that, and also same with the fourth film, that they knew about other monsters.
I guess.
But anyway, yeah. So basically, like you said earlier with the athletics, that like he needs this is his in to even get into college, not
Yeah.
even, you know, that he would be able to go any other way. It's just like there literally is no other way for him to go to any college.
Uh his family is there. They're still they're not doing much, but they're around. Uh, Eliza is
A
not really
robot.
there. She's a robot. She's a mobile robot. I think it was filmed during like some COVID restrictions.
Okay.
And so she is at a off-campus internship at Z Core, which creates the Z band. And there's a sort of flirts thing with Wyatt is into her. That's what he's doing now. That's what
That's
these characters are
that's
up
his
to.
character trait is liking Eliza.
Yeah. And eventually they admit that they both like each other. Mountain College is where the counselors are there. They're scared of monsters. They're unusual. We got Addison, who is trying to find where she belongs still feels like an outsider, but she's going to Mountain College. Uh, Bonzo and Bree officially got together last movie. They
Hmm.
went to prom together, and now he's trying to pass his driving test. They're a couple. Bucky is class president, still self-obsessed, still racist. ACs are now less his sidekicks. They're
They're
kind of
loyal
chill
to
with Addison.
cheer.
Yeah. And
They're
now
loyal to
Addison is the
cheer
captain.
cheer captain. Yeah.
Yeah. Last movie, there was a bit of like, oh, if Bucky wins, then she gets to be cheer captain. But if Zed wins, she's still an underling. But they don't really hold any resentment to that. Winter is there. She plays football. Uh,
Love this.
yeah, love women in football, women in sports. She's really strong. Willa, I don't really know what she's up to. Distrusting the aliens because yes, we have
Mm.
alien characters now, including
Oh, yeah, because
Aspen,
at the end of two, there was the I'm
like,
assuming the landing of something, some sort of extraterrestrial thing happened.
and Addison's hair shimmered.
Yes, and it was like, whoa, okay.
So Aspen is played by a non-binary actor and is non-binary and goes through first to have a thing for Zed, then Willa. We have the alien Alan, who's becomes very into competition. He has a six pack, but you could get an eight pack. He's played by the guy from High School Musical, the musical the series.
Okay.
Um, and then Allie, when she gets emotions, wants to vaporize everybody.
Yeah.
And their mothership is played by Mother RuPaul herself.
Literally RuPaul Charles dead. I saw that in the credits and I went, "Oh, this is gonna be good."
Yeah, he's very funny, sassy mothership. And we also get Addison's mom, who believes this lie or perpetuates this lie that grandma was from Seabrook.
Yeah.
We later find out she has the same white hair as Addison.
That is fucked
Diabolical.
fucked up. That is a fucked up thing to do, but I also
She's
get
also
it.
a fascist. Yeah. Oh,
Well,
I
I
also
mean,
get
yes, she's also fascist, but I also get it,
it.
right? Like, as a parent, you want to protect your child. And so, but it is kind of crazy to hide the fact that you also share that with your child. And you're like, no, 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 you have to hide it, but you're the only one that has it and lets her perpetuate that. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucked up. That's the fucked up part.
All right, let's get in these storylines. Zed wants to go to college. We talked about that. He distrusts the aliens initially, because they're invading. He wants he eventually the aliens give him insight into how he could get to college by being an exceptional student. So he wants to get the exceptional scholarship. The thing is now the aliens, for even more tenuous, I don't understand reason, are going to the high school. Like I got why the werewolves did, but the aliens just show
They
up.
they show up and they're like, okay,
I guess
we're gonna
because they,
participate in your competition, but like you don't need to be here. But they
yeah.
are. I think it's like they don't have anywhere else to go.
So they just excel and solve all the courses and ruin Zed's. He goes from being like number three
Third,
student in
yeah,
school to like 87th or something.
yeah.
And ruin all his athletic records. But he's the counselor comes for the exceptional scholarship, and he ends up sort of scaring the counselor because he zombs out because Addison has these new electricity powers. But he sings a little reprise, and maybe that will work. Yes, it does. He gets in, but now he was trying wants to also get into college so he can be with Addison. But now Addison has to leave just to help the aliens. But eventually she'll come back. Let's talk about Addison. This is the one very much where Zed definitely felt like the B plot.
And this movie is crazy,
There's so much going on.
but I kind of loved it.
I do love it.
It's crazy. This is also where I discovered that said last name was Necrodopoulos.
Necropolis.
Even though that was established before, it just
Mhm.
suddenly hit me. I also was like, I want a decom about a girl football player. That's what I want. I kept saying this is giving Galaxy Quest meets Glee because it is.
That is, yes. Because the aliens show up, they're like, we're here for your cheer tryout or cheer competition. Because Addison's holding a
We
cheer
need help
competition.
getting back to our home. And
Yeah.
that's sort of one of the ideas in Galaxy Quest. They also give off the very sort of like innocent personalities and they're sort of just like learning being human and stuff.
Addison is instantly, from the moment of the invasion, intrigued by aliens. And the most welcoming, fits her personality. She's
Yeah.
very open-minded. She learns that she might be an alien, because she can interact with their Stardust technology, sort of. But then she's given one and she doesn't really interact. But it just takes a minute for the powers to set in, and that's what sets off that Z band. We learn that her grandma was an alien, and she was the alien scout. She hid that she was an alien, and Addison is her most precious thing. The map is hidden in Addison's DNA. Because the aliens at one point think, oh, it's the Seabrook Cup. We have to win the Seabrook Cup. Addison's going to win it for them. But it turns out Addison is the most precious thing.
And it's never explained how that cup gets alien material on it,
I just assumed because she got into cheer. The grandma got into cheer and put some alien material on the cup.
just for fun.
Yeah,
All
why
right.
not?
Grandmas
Um,
are crazy like that.
they love to leave a cryptic message for their people,
They do.
looking for a utopia. And let's talk about the aliens. So aliens believe in harmony. They don't like conflict. And so when climate change happened, they didn't want to talk about it. And that led to them losing their planet. Yikes. Woke. Uh, they can fly, sort of. They can float,
Hmm.
levitate. They're telepathic. Emotions are hard if you're telepathic, so they usually turn them off, but they can turn them on. They're hyper intelligent. Their tech is powered by stardust, which they connect with, and they can basically like read or invade minds and memories.
Yeah, they
They,
call them like mind scans.
yeah, they can also make people forget, and Bucky ends up in a loop of forgetting and looking at a shiny thing and forgetting.
That's weird.
He goes a bit of the way of Chad and Descendants in this movie. Like they don't have as much like he's anti-alien, but they're just like he's around.
Yeah.
And at the end he goes to space to take Cheer to the galaxy.
And that's probably the best place for him.
Yeah. The aliens, as we said, they they lie about Cheer because they're there to find the map. They think it might be the Moonstone because that's the most precious thing.
Mhm.
And the werewolves notice them tampering and are hunting for them. Um, they find out maybe it's the cheer trophy. They're gonna win, but then Willa and when the werewolves and Bucky found out that they lie, they call the Z Patrol on them. The aliens flee, so Addison has to win. But it turns out she's the DNA. And then it actually turns out when they look at her memories that working together and unity, that conflict is better than harmony where no one disagrees or speaks up. Conflict leads to better resolutions, leads to community, and that Seabrook is that perfect place, that utopia, because they're capable of overcoming their conflicts.
Some of them are.
Some of them are.
Um, yeah. Also, I have a couple fun lines from my notes. When she picks up the Luma lens, she's like looking at it, and I was like, Luma lens, girls, that's a Nuva ring. Put that to cover your cervix so you don't get pregnant. Um, this is where I started being like, okay, this Zed actor is fantastic.
He's so good.
And I also said this is where I started talking about how it's giving more of like the Glee big competition where there is vocal adrenaline, there's New
Yeah.
Directions, and then there's that random third school. Okay, so aliens are vocal adrenaline,
Yeah.
and then these are the New Directions, and then the fucking eels, fuck them. They're just
Yeah. They're
whatever
just
third
there.
school. This is also we find out that Addison's middle name is Roslyn, kind of like
Mm.
Roswell.
Yeah.
Loved that. Loved that. And then I kept saying the fourth wall breaks are giving Dora the Explorer.
They do give
We found
Pandora.
the map. We have to help
Yeah.
them find the map. Do you know where the map is? And I'm like, no, I don't.
Sorry, Edison.
I don't know how to help you. I want you to find where you belong. But can we just quickly say that this blue is probably the best wig? I think
Yeah,
it
they
looks
saved
great.
that was intentional. That was a creative choice. Best wig for when she's her most authentic self.
And I love, well, is her most authentic self then in the fourth movie when that wig is mm. Anyway,
Yeah, so the aliens now belong, and maybe vampires and mermaids will one day too. Seabrook is open-minded.
Krakens,
Krakens.
because that's how I'm reading the fourth movie.
Songs. Alien invasion.
This is it's getting a full zombie from me. I don't know
Wow.
why. It's so weird. I'm gonna go rogue. I'm giving it a full zombie.
I was gonna say this is either a Z or a full zombie because it is by far the
Yes,
weirdest, corniest number. Like
yes.
everything about it is
And
so
it
strange.
leans into the pulp sci-fi
Yeah.
horror. And yeah, so I agree. It's either a Z or a full zombie. It's
When
both.
when he's like, she's like, I can handle myself. Thanks anyway, boo. And they like dance up to the aliens.
Yeah,
We come in peace. It's just so weird.
it's yeah,
We also have oh, what's the one? Come on out, where the werewolves are hunting them.
a Z. I don't really remember it.
I'm thinking of it as It's fine. Utopia, the alien cheerleader song. That's a Z for me.
The
Barely a
vocal
song.
adrenaline
The vocal
number.
adrenaline. Uh, What about for you?
A Z. I don't
Is
really
it,
remember it.
yeah. Ain't no doubt about it.
I don't remember it.
That's crazy because I give this a full zombie. This is, in my opinion, the best song in Disney Channel history.
You're gonna say that when fucking Fabulous exists?
Oh yeah, this is better than fabulous.
How dare you? Towels imported from Turkey and turkeys
Turkey
imported from
imported from Maine.
Maine? How
But
dare you? No, I honestly just don't remember it.
the go watch it again because
No,
the
I will not.
pull it up on YouTube. The choreo, amazing. They're like constantly dancing away from disaster. And the whole song is like, we're gonna be fine. There's
Oh,
gonna
is
be
this
no,
they reprised this in the fourth one, right?
yes.
Okay, no, I do know it. Okay, that's gonna get a full zom with maybe a zom with a B. I do remember that now.
Because also all the lyrics of like, we're old enough to know we're in love. And then she's like, we're 17. Or
Yeah,
like, there's everything's gonna be fine. Like nothing's good. It's like there's a great irony in the lyrics. Like obviously it's making fun of their naivete,
naivete, yeah,
and they're dancing away in front of all these obstacles. Like, is everything gonna be fine?
yeah.
Uh, and it's so clever lyrically. It's a bop, great choreo, 10 out of 10. I'm sorry to Breaking Free. I'm sorry to Queen of Mean. I'm sorry to This Is
Queen of
Me.
Mean exists.
Yeah.
And God, what is her name?
Who?
Demi
Oh,
Lovato.
Mitchie.
Yes.
Mitchie.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Wow. Did
The
you
real
Google
title.
that or did it just hit you?
No, it just hit me.
You're like
The
Demi
real
Lovato. Of course, it's Mitchie. Yes, yes.
the real title of this video will be
What the
two
hell?
31-year-olds spend hours trying to remember the name of
When
Demi
Google
Lovato
exists.
and Camp Rock. Exceptional Zed,
I'm gonna give this a full
zombie,
zombie.
full zombie.
It's and honestly, not gonna lie, in the time of that I am at right now in my life, I'm like, I kind of needed this song. I was like, this is kind of beautiful that
Yeah,
like you need that reminder from your friends and family and
that
you
you're
know,
exceptional.
yeah, just by
And
being
he
you.
he is very
She's
exceptional.
exceptionally exceptional.
Yeah.
She
And
literally has combated racism, racial injustice 3 times now.
yeah.
He's
So
about to go on a tour for
yeah,
the fourth one.
a fight racism tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Bernie AOC. It's Bernie AOC and Zed.
It's giving Bernie 2016. It's giving Bernie 2020. It's giving Bernie AOC running together.
Yeah, when
That's
they did that fight fascism tour or whatever, Bernie and AOC, Zed was the
yeah,
third person. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, great.
It's giving Mamdani for New York
Yeah.
City. It's giving
Great song, great choreo,
great
great,
message.
great message. What about I'm Finally Me? She's been feeling like a stranger in her own life.
I don't really remember it.
I'm giving it a zombie with an I. I
Okay,
think it is the best. Ooh, well, I did. It might be the second best Addison solo, but it's like similar energy to Stand, but a little stronger.
gotcha.
Now, because like again, it functions narratively a little better. Um, okay, there's a
Yeah,
fired up.
Mitchie isn't a name, right?
It's
I told you it's a name, but it's not a name.
the name but not name.
Yeah,
There's a fired up reprise, I believe. Z, I don't remember it.
yeah.
There's a someday reprise.
It's gonna get a full zombie
Full
because
zombie.
it's great every time.
They all sing it and they're remembering the wonderful times they had.
Hmm.
As now she's gone away for many light years. The finale after we didn't say it, she comes back. It turns, oh yeah, we did, because Seabrook is the perfect place. Uh,
Yeah,
Nothing But Love is my favorite ending song in the franchise, is a full zombie for me.
yeah. No, I liked that one. It was good. I'll give it a zombie with an eye.
Good, good. All right. Now let's talk about the themes of this movie. Immigrants. Are the aliens Asian immigrant coded? They don't understand customs. You get this kind of model minority competitive thing. There's a little
Oh,
like Orientalist thing where they are like harmony. It's a coding again. It's like the
yes,
lightest
yes, yes,
coding
yes.
compared to the zombies or werewolves, but I think it is there. Um, And Addison is an immigrant who's been assimilated for her safety.
Yes.
Uh, we get this thing
Well,
of
Addison
werewolf
is a child, a
child,
grandchild.
grandchild of immigrants.
She's a second gen
Yeah.
immigrant. Yeah.
Werewolves maybe distrust outsiders. They've been invaded before.
Yes.
Um,
Which makes sense. Checks out.
uh, LGBT stuff. We
Yeah.
have questioning gender, love, and ownership, and blue hair. Uh,
Oh,
we
the blue
have
hair. Yeah, blue hair. Uh-oh, blue hair.
we have a non-binary character who is at first in love with Zed because they're new to emotions, and
Mhm.
Zed is so kind and strong,
And the
and
breakup scene is so funny because, well, also, so at first, Bree thinks that they're talking about Bonzo, and Bree's
yeah,
about to post up,
yeah.
and she's about to throw hands, and
Bonzo
then
who learns to drive and gets his license
good for him. And then,
because they use the Moonstone to like charge the alien ship at one point. That's the
yeah,
plot.
I
Yeah,
don't understand that, but
sure.
whatever. It's like jumper cables, I guess. Um, and like Zed almost dies and whatever. Like it's fine. But
Oh yeah, because they hold hands
they hold hands.
to channel the power.
Okay, and so then we also so first they think it's Bonzo, but then it turns out they like Zed. And then there's kind of like
A
potentially
polyamorous.
a polyamorous, and then it's like, no, 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 we're competing.
Yeah,
And then we don't know why Aspen decides not to be into Zed anymore. What was it? Oh, it's because he's not exceptional or something. Can't
yeah,
remember. And then they're like, I'm sorry if you need a shoulder to cry on, you may have my sleep. It's just like the dryness of it was just fantastic.
yeah.
But
And he's like
yes,
high five, and they're like, we're not there.
yeah. And then they're kind of into Willa. There's a wink that goes nowhere, and I'm
They
disappointed.
they have a duet at the end.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It's a
Yes.
very rushed
Very,
sapphic ship,
yes.
non-binary and queer, whatever. But I do love because she's like, oh, do one owns the one they
But
love, and Addison's
we get
like,
our straight
no.
kiss. We
They
get,
kiss,
they
they
kiss, and
lip
I'm
on
like, yep,
lip,
that makes sense because
and
it's the third movie.
they're seniors in high school. They've
Yep.
been through so much together.
Literally
Let
so
them
much racial
kiss.
injustice.
Yeah. LGBT agenda. Let the straight couple kiss.
Yeah.
There again, bigotry. So police violence, the assumption of ill intent immediately from the aliens. They are invaders. When they arrive, they're instantly an invading force. Uh, they have to protect their legacy from outsiders. Bucky has a lot of that. And breaking down barriers of college and the pressure to be perfect, which we'll talk about.
Mhm.
Um, Again, poor metaphor. We know immigrants are humans, they are not aliens.
Hmm.
Even though illegal alien is a term, that's a very old definition of alien. That's not what we would use now.
Yeah.
And humans are human beings. They aren't legal or illegal.
Yeah.
Climate change is also sort of brought up, hinted at. My other red flag is Bucky. Why do we tolerate this? Eventually,
Hmm.
the ACs are like, ah, we're all friends, whatever. But it's like, do they even like Bucky anymore?
I don't think, I think they mostly feel bad for him because he's incapable of change. I think it's a
Yeah,
pity thing. It's like
yeah,
you're really racist grandma or something.
yeah. And it's like, oh, I guess it's a senior dance or whatever.
And
Sure,
he was
Bucky.
wearing a pink fedora.
Oof, yeah.
So they're like, oh, grandma.
Go off to space.
My last thing on this movie is that pin that we put in about the Coach's Froyo stand.
Oh, yeah.
He got a franchise. It's called Coach's Froyo. Hmm.
And now the
And
mom lives in his basement.
I would like to franchise. Where do I sign? How much do I need to start?
Yeah. Coach's
That's what I have to
Froyo.
say.
They
Yep.
have a lot of great flavors.
Yep. Not just vanilla, even though Zed likes it.
Okay, there's other content. It's a successful Disney franchise. There's a web series. I did watch some of them. It was pretty painful to even have on in the background. One is about a vampire named Vanna, who has mind control powers. Is her family's hidden away. It looks bad, as in like literally the animation is bad. It sounds
Oh,
bad.
it's
The
a
dialogue's
werewolf
bad.
hair
Yeah.
Addison.
They would just sometimes put in clips of songs. They had original songs as well as they put in clips of a song from the movie and they would probably animate people to it. The budget, I believe, is $5, so I will give them that. I and then season two, there's like a Frankenstein thing I think going on with the prawn, sure, shrimpy, whatever. It's they had $5, so like no shade to the people who were given $5 to try and make this.
The split. They split
Split.
$5.
Yeah. The show, the show is set in a time loop because Aspen has powers. So when they're like, we're gonna, I wish we could repeat senior year altogether, Aspen is able to reset time and they do like very like SpongeBob-esque shenanigans. I listened slash watched a few episodes. It's like a kid's cartoon. I don't think it's canon. Apparently, it's great for Eliza and Wyatt shippers. I didn't get any of that content. I think there's an original witch character introduced.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because like Eliza and Wyatt completely get dropped as a couple, as a thing in the fourth movie, and I was a little disappointed.
Yeah. And so that's a great segue into Zombies 4. Our actors are now all old enough to be hot. They went from, oh, they're so cute and talented to, oh,
Oh,
go
oh,
off.
hello.
Oh,
Okay,
hello.
good for you. Okay,
Uh,
welcome to the
Zed,
world.
Zed and Addison both don't spend a lot of time with their families because they have so much pressure to be the best. Zed is second string. Addison wants to be captain. They just want to be the best at their integrated college.
And they're both freshmen in college.
Freshman.
And again, a reminder that the principal put these pressures on them that they have to save the world.
Yes. Willa and Eliza are thriving,
Yeah.
doing great.
Doing what? I don't know.
Yeah, they're baddies, they're smart. It's like, I mean, yeah, of course they're successful. Uh we meet okay, this is where the franchise really goes off the deep end. It goes from similar to how the Descendants 4 was like, we're a whole new genre now. This is like even more so because now it is we've gone from like a pulp 50s high school to YA dystopian. Like we're in the Divergent verse.
Yes, it's giving Divergent, it's giving Camp Half-Blood, it's
Yeah.
giving what else is it giving? I have it oh, it's giving Glee season 5.
Yeah.
It's giving so I said the Daywalkers, they're giving Camp Half-Blood, and also like Karate Kid. And then vampires, especially like the world when you see it, it's
Yeah.
giving Sims 3 late night expansion pack plus Blade Runner.
Yeah, great. That's vampires and daywalkers both eat blood fruit and then they fought about who would get it and they live in their separate worlds. The vampires have wind
Actually,
powers.
if I'm going to be honest, I actually think that in Sims 3 Late Night, where vampires were put into the game, they have a fruit. I don't think it's called a blood fruit, but it's basically like
So
a
they don't eat
fruit.
blood.
Yes.
Mm.
So I'm going to say there's potentially some plagiarism happening.
Plagiarism's happening. They have wind powers. They live
Allegedly.
allegedly. They live in the darkness. They can fly. Daywalkers,
They
whatever
also have
that
wind
is.
powers.
Yeah,
Oh, you said
wind and
that.
light. Yeah, the
Weird.
Daywalkers
Storm powers.
have fire, light
It's
powers
giving
thanks to the
X-Men.
sun.
It's giving
Uh,
X-Men.
yeah, the monster. This is where they say,
It's
"Oh,
giving too
monsters."
much.
It's giving. There's so much going on. The monsters are allegedly connected to moonstones. Okay. Daywalkers are monsters. Okay. Are they just the Fire Nation?
It's
Um,
giving Avatar.
it's giving
Yeah.
Avatar. So
The Last
Victor
Airbender.
is the vampire heir to the vampire Eldris, which I do love that term. Uh, and his best friends are, oh, that's not a picture of Vargas. Sorry. Oh wait, there is. He's
He's like on
here.
the side, yeah.
Yeah. He has two friends. Vargas is fun. Vera is more of a character.
Vargas has
Uh,
an accent, and I'm like,
yeah.
what? Come on.
Nova is the princess or whatever, the son of Commander Bright of the Daywalkers. She's their junior leader, and there's Ray, who's like a
Sucks.
Reddit mod board. I don't know. He sucks. Eventually, he has a line where he's good, and he's like, "I'm a Phoenix," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
And that's my general vibe. We have Zen and Addison are driven by their goals. They learn that they need to enjoy spending time with their friends and family.
And with each
because
other, because they haven't really spent any time with each other. They've been so focused on their individual goals.
this is so real. As you said, Zaddy, you ship them so hard. I ship them
I
so hard.
do.
They again, Ben and Mal who, Troy and Gabriella who, Mitchie
Mitchie and
and Joe
Jonas.
Jonas
I
who.
don't care about his name.
uh they are just such a good couple, and they blow every other Disney Channel couple out of the water. And like how much they've been through, the struggles that they face don't feel contrived; they feel very real. And I give
Mhm.
so much of a shit about them.
Yeah.
They're hurt by these pulses that cause Zed to zombie out and eventually cause the werewolves to like go haywire. And they're gonna hit Seabrook and they're gonna hurt all their monster friends. So they have to save their unpictured friends, including Brian Bonza, who got a job, from and Winter is teaching like meditation
Yeah.
from these pulses. And when at one point Zed almost dies trying to stop the pulses and save the Daywalkers and vampires from their self-imposed resource scarcity. And him and Addison are like, we wish we had prioritized our loved ones.
And it is
And
both self-imposed resource and also there's something wrong. Well, actually, no, I guess that
yeah,
would make it self-imposed because that's what's wrong, is the fact they're
yeah.
not working together. You're right.
Um, but Zed and Addison wish they had prioritized their loved ones.
And they're walking away being like, okay, we're gonna go back to Seabrook instead of going to our respective camps.
Camps. Yeah. Enough
Yeah.
camps. Yeah. Because they run this little camp for the vampires and daywalkers with
Cute.
Nova and Victor. They dream of,
Impromptu, by the way.
yeah, they're like,
They
there's
did
a camp
fantastic.
here. We're gonna run it. Of course, I do believe these four characters could do that. Uh,
Impromptu. No
as
training,
as
absolutely.
awkward as the whole setup of like what is happening was.
I think I have what is happening written 4 times in this one and a lot more in the last one.
Uh, Nova and Victor dream of each other. Uh, they're gonna go fight for the last of the blood fruit. But there's like the pulse causes the car to go haywire that Zed, Addison, Willa, and Eliza were road
No,
tripping in.
no, it fucks with his Z band. He
Z-Band
zoms out,
while driving.
yes, and he rips the steering wheel off, throws it away. The whole sequence was so silly and goofy. It was giving, speaking of Camp Half-Blood, it was giving
The
the
scene in
Percy
Percy
Jackson.
Jackson.
I was obsessed with them driving out of the
The
parking garage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess I love just the vehicle hijinks.
you love Hannah loves the vehicle hijink.
Do.
We meet the cast. They meet the new Zed meets the Daywalkers. Uh, Addison meets the vampires, and they're like, "Okay, you're gonna be like our slave and join us."
Yeah.
And they're just kind of like, "Okay." They love rolling with the punches. So when there's like a puzzle, and the vampires and Daywalkers are gonna fight,
Yeah.
and they're like, "What if we just did a camp? You can learn to resolve your differences and work together."
Yeah. This is giving puzzle driven NPC yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a Nancy Drew game.
Yeah.
And Commander Bright is like, once we get in, steal everything for yourself, for us, for the Daywalkers,
Hmm.
to Nova. And she's like, I don't like that.
But
No,
the vampires don't make the same type of pact,
no.
which is interesting.
I don't think Victor would do that.
Right.
I think
Because
he's
he's
much,
also, well, it's because he's not considered capable by
yeah,
his
the
grandmother, cousin,
Eldris, yeah,
aunt.
aunt, I think.
Um, but she is considered very capable. And so that's really interesting. But also the fact that like we would normally associate vampires with being the evil ones, the daywalkers being in the light, they're the good guys,
Yeah,
but they're the ones who are like, no, no, we're going to continue to oppress them.
yeah.
Interesting. The
Uh,
aesthetics of good and evil.
Aesthetics of Good and Evil. These movies still do aesthetically slap.
Yeah.
The Victor's also thing is like he wants to be free and fly, and Nova feels a lot of responsibility. Nova, as I spelled, to her community. Um, but they're falling in love, and they work together with Zed and Addison's encouragement, they
And
work
Willa
together,
and
and
Eliza's.
Willa and Eliza, they open the portal, they figure it all out, they do some moon ball stuff and rainbow light.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, again, puzzle
It literally,
based.
literally puzzle-based RPG. Like that's what's happening here. I'm into it. It actually made this crazy story very easy to follow. It's like we have three
Yeah.
tasks we're gonna have to complete, and guess what? We're gonna have to work together to do it. And I'm like, okay, I get that.
Okay. The vampires and the daywalkers, the leaders, adults immediately fight and burn down everything and destroy the whole orchard very easily.
Which
Uh,
isn't that just the older generation being upset at the new generation's approach to conflict and trying to improve things? They're like, no,
we can't
burn
get
it
along.
all.
We have to tank the economy.
Yep. Isn't that just, that was very telling.
But they figure out that they can use the stones, the light stone and the dark stone, combined, they can heal the orchard because that's how it was designed. Uh,
Yes.
so in a harrowing feat in which Zed almost dies, they unite the two stones and unite their communities against the adults. And the adults realize, okay, we can get along because it heals the orchard and it heals Zed and the other monsters, and things are happy now.
Yeah.
And they are maybe gonna see a kraken because there's a big water swirl.
Yeah, I was like, that could be anything. And I thought Krakens. A couple things I want to mention. The first is, and I haven't talked about it all, but it is something that bothered me a lot throughout all of these movies, is the sound mixing during the musical numbers. A lot of footsteps happening. Didn't like that. Didn't like hearing all of the pounding of the feet. I would like to talk to the sound department. In this movie, it was a little bit better. The number three was a little bit better. But there's also a point where they're doing a tap number. Those are not tap shoes. She is not wearing tap shoes. Those
Yeah, I
heels
did
are
notice
not
that.
tap shoes. Also, they're not tapping. That's not tap.
Not tap.
I also thought that the heists would be more exciting, but they weren't. But they were running out of time because they spent so much time explaining to me what a daywalker was.
Yeah, that was a wild pick. I was like, when mummies weren't available.
They're, they're a little tied up, wrapped
Uh,
up.
uh, uh. The themes don't fight, be friends. This is a much shallower
Yeah.
exploration. It's a kind of Pocahontas-y approach to racial conflict. Resources, greed and fighting leads to resource scarcity and suffering. That was pretty accurate. That they were hurting people that weren't even part of their communities with their fighting. Which was mainly a way put in as a way so we would care because I care about the old characters
Yeah.
a lot more. Even though I will say the new leads are very charming and good performers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just the characters, like I think Zed and Addison are just so well done that like comparatively they're a lot flatter.
Yeah.
Um,
And you can tell that they're meant to be stand-ins.
yeah, there's a lot of like, don't they remind you of us? And I'm like, not really, other than that they're into each people from the opposite camp.
Yeah, and they're into each other, and that's it.
Yeah. But even Zed and Addison's, there's much more nuance to like the power structure of the divide.
Yeah,
Because they're like royalty from two different factions, much more straightforward Romeo and Juliet.
yeah.
Uh, the goals, I like, it seemed like a good natural plot and a good send off for Zed and Addison to be like, oh, our goal focus is hurting our personal relationships. Let's focus on those. And that felt like a good storyline to leave them on when they say they're going to be fine.
Hmm.
What is this world? The world went from Camp Horror to Why Dystopia Fantasy. Um, and there's no direct metaphor except I was like, wait, is this Israel and Palestine?
I don't even think, I think
No, I
it's
don't think it is.
just,
I don't think so.
I think they
This
just,
ran out of idea.
I don't understand. Like, I think they have something in this little world that they created with these two factions that I kind of wish they would have just been like in the same universe as zombies, but they didn't know anything about Seabrook. You know, it's like you could kind
Yeah,
of still pull from the zombies universe, but not have it be zombies 4.
because how is it going to be Zombies 5 without any zombies?
I know.
Descendants, there are still descendants happening.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, You should have just started a new series and
The songs, Legends of the Making, the intro song.
give this a Zoe. It was
I'll give it a
fun.
Zom. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. It's fun. Um, this is the place to be. Their group intro song. I'll give it a Zoe.
Yeah, a
It's
Zoe.
okay. Kerosene, the like we're saving the day song, can barely remember. It's getting a Z from me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Z. If it was
Uh,
Glee, I would have fast forwarded through it.
yeah,
But there was plot
there
happening,
was
so I
plot, so
had
they
to
did
watch
utilize
it.
that. Yeah.
So good on them.
Dream Come True, the love duet. I'll give it a zombie with an eye. It's a nice love duet.
I'll give it a Zom. Z-O-M.
Yeah. They're very cute. Uh,
Yes.
don't mess with us. Can barely remember it, giving it a Z.
Z. Don't even know what that is.
My Own Way. That's Nova's big duet or big solo. I'll give it a zombie with an eye.
I'll give it a Zoe.
It's a fine ballad.
It's fine. All of
Uh,
all of these are very mid,
yeah, because Together as
with
One
the
is a
exception of
Z. I can't really
Someday.
remember it.
I'm sorry, Someday is going to get a full zombie from me because this was also the most emotional one.
Because he's like
He's about to
dying and she's
die and
singing their
she's
song
I know, and I literally said, "I'm not crying, you are." Like
in Zombies
I
4,
literally
Rise of the
wrote,
Vampires.
"No, not the song. I'm not crying, you are." I literally was like, I'm attached to the song.
Yeah,
A zombie, a full zombie
full
across the board
zombie.
every time it's used. I honestly, I
Beautiful.
cannot emphasize enough like
How
how
well they
well they
used it.
used it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Full zombie. I'm gonna give a full zombie to the Ain't No Doubt About It as a good farewell to the cast.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's only part of the cast, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
we
Where's
were forced.
Wyatt?
Yeah,
Where's
Where's
Bree?
Wyatt? Where's Bree? Where's
Bonzo?
Bonzo? Bucky, we
Grad
know, is in
school.
space.
Yeah.
Bucky,
They
yeah,
they said they
Bonzo.
mentioned Bucky's almost back from space or something.
Like,
And I'm like,
don't bring him back.
keep him out there.
Yeah,
Okay, so Together as One, Possible, and Show the World. They're all legacies for me. I guess I'll give Show the World a Zoe because I sort of remember it, but they are also unmemorable to me.
yeah. It's
I just, yeah.
and that's the thing that like Glee season 5 suffers from is that like you have these new characters and then the
And season
songs
six, yeah.
it's just like the songs aren't as good. It's like it's
Yeah.
lost its luster. And so it's
Yeah.
hard to latch on. And again, that's not to say that these performers aren't good. Like I thought they were very good.
Yeah.
Like, but that's the thing is like I could see that as like if Zed and Addison weren't here, they'd be able to shine.
Yeah.
But
But
Zed
Zen
and
and Addison are
Zaddy,
so
I'm
good.
sorry, Zaddy's here. That's what I care about.
They're my Zaddy. They're a
They're my
great
Zaddy.
couple. They're both great performers and
Yeah.
actors. It's yeah.
And again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Milo Manheim, he just keeps blossoming in this role and he did fantastic.
Yeah. So I guess so we obviously we ship them, we supported the protagonists and their aesthetics and all that. I guess our closing question, Hannah, was that your fantasy?
I guess it is. I
I won you over on this one. I
no,
don't
no,
think you
no,
were
no.
that
You didn't
yo,
win me
the
over.
movies won you over.
Yes,
You had
but
been
you
like, I
can't
don't want to
claim
watch.
that.
I can't take Milo and Meg's credit.
Okay, but listen, you cannot because you started with Descendants. Makes sense because obviously that came
Yeah.
first. And that's a rough watch compared to
Yeah.
this because the baggage that that has, it just blows your mind in ways that are not good.
No.
Especially that fourth one. It was like, what is
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
Um, but this series, Siri, I'm not talking to you. I said the word series. This bitch. Um, it was confounding at every second, but I was also like, anytime it turned, I was like, okay, I just need a second and I'm here. Okay. We're turning a new
Yeah.
corner and I kept coming back around. Um, and I really think that I was so surprised by the writing, things that I just found so clever in it that I
Yeah.
was not expecting. I
Really
definitely came
smart.
in underestimating this.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
and
it
it's not that
is,
I don't trust your judgment. It's just that like I also am like, this is a decom. Like
yeah,
really how so, I definitely underestimated it. Um, the writing being very clever, the race allegory obviously being super problematic in its own ways, but that I think ultimately
better than people give it credit for.
better than people give it credit for. And I also think that I don't think there's anything wrong that even though it's imperfect, to have a piece of media that is this popular, that is pro activism, that is pro fighting back.
Yeah.
It's getting those messages out, even if again they're imperfect. It's like it's getting that into young people's heads. I'm not going to shit on that. Like
Yeah.
that's, and I also think it's effective. It's,
Yeah. Because our
it makes
lead
me,
characters are so likable and
yes,
so charismatic.
like I can't really think of many examples from us growing up, whether a decom or not, where like this would have inspired me to be like, no, like I should be standing up for people who are
Yeah.
different from me. Like I can't really think of many that, and I don't know if like it's because everything
Mhm.
is woke now, or if it's just that like, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I'm
It makes you want
thoroughly
to
impressed.
stand. Yeah. And rip off your wig. Yeah. This is a wig the whole time.
Imagine if I had white hair under this. Oh my God. I should have done that.
Amazing. Oh yeah. We could have been Zed and Addison. I love, yeah, I just lo this is my fantasy. It's such a fun world and such fun characters, and I get why was such an underground hit and so popular. And again, just talented performers. It's like it has a message, but the storytelling is so strong and the characters are so nuanced and they're allowed to be imperfect
Yeah.
and cringe. And some of the songs are bangers, great choreo. Uh, yeah, so I'm glad that these movies won you over because in a way they even won me over more. Like I was like, oh, I want to make Hannah watch zombies and we're like go cuckoo crazy. And then I'm watching, I was like, okay, but these movies slap. They're
Yeah.
good.
That's the thing. Is like that first one was really hard because of that ending,
Yeah.
but the, just the messaging and the movie's intent. Because I
Yeah.
think I had this problem with Glee a lot where the intention I can see is to like talk about the issue of the week, you know,
Yeah.
and it felt like a lot of big topic issues that they wanted to tackle kind of just felt like we're just doing this for content's sake. But
Yeah.
this I could actually see being a little bit more like it has a heart and it very
Yeah.
much wants to inspire people. Um,
Yeah.
I can see that and I want to root for that.
Yeah. And you can see it in the nuance they approach the
Yeah.
surprising layers of nuance they add to the metaphor, the
Yeah.
imperfect metaphor, but still, but
Yes.
like there's still a lot of nuance in the way they write characters whose wants and needs and relationships and desires are so connected to the issues, so they don't
Hmm.
feel tacked on.
Yep.
It feels like no,
Exactly.
like this is like he wants to break these barriers. He has all this pressure to break these barriers because of the environment he comes from.
Hmm.
And she has all this pressure to fit in and also want to find where she belongs because of where she comes from.
Yep.
Beautiful. Mwah. Zaddies.
Yep. Zaddies rise up.
Zaddies rise up. Uh, so we will, okay, our timeline is crazy, but we'll have new content coming and you'll be listening to it.
Yep. Next will be the last of our Robin Hood series.
Maybe we need to do a Robin Hood catch up where you watch all of them and we just talk about.
Okay, I mean I'll do it, you know. And
And
then
then it's Wicked season,
it is
Oz
we're gonna
season.
go back to the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Turns out he's not so fucking wonderful.
No.
We're gonna talk about fascism some more.
Yay. Welcome to 2025, bitches.
And then
Uh,
it'll be the holidays.
the holidays. So, in the meantime, you can find We're Not My Fantasy Pod on Instagram and probably not TikTok. We haven't posted, and I'm probably deleting my TikTok very soon, because I'm scared of everything. And I'm just tired of spending time doom scrolling. And then please remember to like and subscribe smash that like button and comment below with your favorite song and or character from the zombies movies.
Mhm.
Show some love. Zaddies, show some love.
Or what's your favorite crazy plot point? Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of
Just favorite thing. All the things you love about these movies because you should love them. Uh yeah. And then yeah, we'll see you next time. You can follow me on Instagram at Cullen Ever After.
yeah. And we'll see you for well, you'll see Cullen for Robin Hood, and then we'll see you for Oz.
Yeah.
All right.
Hannah, so great to have you back.
Thanks. Me and the septum piercing missed you. All right.
Me and my green hair missed you too.
Aw. All right. Bye.
Bye.